Don't miss the awesome Naruto stories my sister creates. Her last channel was hacked, so to stay in the loop, please subscribe to her new channel. It would mean a lot to her, and you won't regret it. Dear Naruto Lemon fans, I'm thrilled to invite all of you to my Boosty channel, where you can enjoy exclusive Naruto Lemon scenes in a comfortable and supportive community. Choose from various subscription tiers, from Mini Lemon to God Lemon, and gain access to unique content tailored just for our fans. Plus, subscribers to over Naruto Lemon and God Lemon will receive special mentions in my videos. Support my channel and dive deeper into the world of Naruto today. Dare! My story. Chapter 1, Journey to Another World. The sun shone brightly over Konoha, casting long shadows as Naruto Uzumaki trained tirelessly. "Hey, Naruto," called Sasuke, walking over with a curious look. "Still at it? You really think you can train all day?" "Absolutely," Naruto replied, determination gleaming in his eyes. "I have to get stronger to become Hokage." "Training's important, but you also need to hang out with your friends," Sasuke shot back, crossing his arms. "Friends? I'll see you guys after I'm Hokage." Naruto grinned, ignoring Sasuke's concern as he focused on his techniques. Suddenly, a strange sensation filled the air. Naruto paused, feeling a strange energy pulsing around him. "Sasuke, do you feel that?" he asked, looking around. "Feel what?" "You're just imagining things," Sasuke replied, but his tone shifted as he noticed the glowing sphere forming nearby. "Wait, what is that?" "I don't know, but it looks weird," Naruto exclaimed, stepping back. Before either of them could react, the sphere erupted into blinding light, engulfing Naruto completely. When the light faded, he found himself in an entirely different place, surrounded by vibrant greenery and unfamiliar sounds. "Where am I?" he muttered, bewildered. "This isn't Konoha." "Well, you've really gotten yourself into a jam, haven't you?" came a voice from behind him. Naruto turned to see a man in unusual clothing with striking blue eyes. "I'm Azazel," he introduced himself, a smirk on his face. "Welcome to the world of devils and angels." "Devils? Angels? What are you talking about?" Naruto replied, confused. "You were summoned here because we need your help," Azazel explained, his demeanor serious now. "Why me?" Naruto asked, feeling a mix of curiosity and anxiety. "Your reputation precedes you. You're strong, and your skills could assist us against those who threaten this realm," Azazel stated. "I can't just leave my friends," Naruto protested, clenching his fists. "I have to get back." Azazel studied him for a moment before speaking. "Perhaps it's difficult, but in this world, you have a chance to become who you want to be. To become stronger." Naruto hesitated. He had always dreamed of adventure. Maybe this was his moment. "All right, I'll help," he declared. "But how do I get back home?" "First, you must join a faction here." "I can help you with that," Azazel said, turning away. "But be careful. There are many enemies here." "Fine. What do I need to do?" Naruto asked, determination returning. "Follow me," Azazel instructed, leading Naruto toward a grand building. "You'll meet people who can become your allies." As they entered the building, Naruto's heart raced. Students filled the hall, their laughter echoing off the walls. "This is the Academy of Kuo," Azazel explained. "Here you'll find friends and, perhaps, love." "Love? Are you serious?" Naruto chuckled, scratching his head. "I'm here to fight. Trust me, it's possible to do both," Azazel replied with a wink. And you might want to keep an eye on Rias Gremory. Rias Gremory? Who's that? Naruto asked, intrigued. She's the daughter of a powerful devil and quite well known. Let's just say she's someone you'd want to impress, Azazel grinned. Impress? Why would I want to impress a devil? Naruto shot back, but he was already curious. Just wait and see, Azazel said, leading Naruto into a spacious room. In the center stood a stunning girl with long crimson hair and striking emerald eyes. Naruto felt his heart skip a beat. Rias. Azazel called, waving her over. Azazel, who's this? Rias asked, her gaze shifting to Naruto. This is Naruto Uzumaki. He's the ninja I told you about, Azazel introduced. Naruto took a deep breath, stepping forward. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I've come to help you. We're glad to have you, Naruto, Rias said, smiling. I hope you're ready for what lies ahead. Ready? You bet. I'll take on anything, he declared, enthusiasm bubbling inside him. Good. We're going to need your strength, Rias replied, her expression turning serious. Our enemies are powerful. Enemies? What kind of enemies? Naruto asked, frowning. Fallen angels. Devils from rival factions, this world is filled with dangers, Rias explained. But together, we can overcome them. Naruto nodded, feeling the weight of her words. I won't let you down. I'll protect everyone. Let's see what you can do, then, Rias challenged, her eyes glinting with excitement. Just then, an explosion rocked the academy, sending debris flying. What was that? Naruto exclaimed, eyes wide. Get ready. We have to protect the students. Rias ordered, her demeanor shifting to that of a leader. Right behind you. Naruto shouted, adrenaline surging through him. They rushed outside, where a group of dark creatures had invaded, snarling menacingly. Who dares to intrude? One of the creatures growled, baring its fangs. This is our territory. Rias shouted, stepping forward confidently. You'll regret coming here. Naruto felt a rush of determination. He was ready to fight alongside Rias and show his strength. Let's do this, he yelled, charging toward the nearest enemy. Watch out! Rias warned, casting a powerful spell that engulfed another creature in flames. Nice move. Naruto called out, delivering a powerful punch that sent an enemy flying. You're strong. Keep it up. Rias encouraged, dodging an attack and countering with her own magic. Together, they fought valiantly, pushing back the creatures. Naruto felt exhilarated, fighting alongside Rias and feeling a connection to her. Let's finish this. Rias shouted, her voice filled with confidence. With a final surge of power, they defeated the last of the invaders, and the academy erupted in cheers. You did great, Naruto. Rias said, turning to him with a proud smile. Thanks. I couldn't have done it without you, he replied, excitement bubbling within him. You fit in perfectly here, Azazel said, clapping Naruto on the back. Welcome to the team. As they regrouped, Naruto felt a sense of belonging. He was ready to embrace this new life filled with challenges, friendships, and perhaps a deeper connection with Rias. Let's go back inside and plan our next move, Rias suggested, her expression shifting to one of focus. As they walked back, Naruto glanced at Rias, his heart racing. He was ready for whatever lay ahead, especially if it meant being by her side. Chapter 2, Allies and Enemies. Naruto stood at the entrance of the Academy of Kuo, feeling the excitement of his new adventure pulsate through him. The echo of the battle still resonated in his ears, but the adrenaline rush from fighting alongside Rias Gremory left him eager for more. Let's head to the meeting room, Rias instructed, leading the way. Her confidence inspired him, and he couldn't help but admire her determination. Are all battles like that around here? Naruto asked, jogging to catch up with her. Rias glanced back, her expression serious. Unfortunately, yes. This world has many factions, and rivalries can lead to unexpected conflicts. Sounds like a pain, Naruto replied, shaking his head. But I'm ready for anything. I've faced a lot back home. Good to hear, she smiled, impressed. You'll need that attitude. As they entered the meeting room, Naruto was surprised by how many people were already gathered. Several students, both familiar and new faces, were engaged in animated discussions. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation. Everyone, listen up. Rias called, commanding immediate attention. The chatter died down as everyone turned to her. We've just had an encounter with fallen angels. I want to introduce our new ally, Naruto Uzumaki. Nice to meet you all. Naruto waved enthusiastically, trying to ease the tension. Welcome to the team, Naruto. A tall boy with spiky hair and a friendly grin stepped forward. I'm Issei Hyudu. You'll love it here. Yeah. If you can handle Rias, you can handle anything, another boy chimed in, laughter erupting from the group. Careful, Issei. Don't scare him off, Rias teased, her eyes glinting with amusement. Naruto chuckled, feeling more at ease. I'm tougher than I look. Let's hope so, Rias said, her smile fading as she continued. We need to discuss our strategy moving forward. The fallen angels won't stop until they achieve their goals. A girl with long black hair, who had been silently observing, spoke up. What exactly do they want? Power, influence, and control, Rias replied, her tone grave. They've been targeting our faction for some time now, and I suspect they'll come after us again. What about alliances? Naruto suggested. Can't we team up with other factions? Rias nodded. We're already in talks with the local angel factions, but trust is fragile. We need to prove ourselves first. That's not going to be easy, Issei remarked, rubbing the back of his head. Some of them think we're just troublemakers. Naruto raised an eyebrow. What if we show them what we can do? A demonstration of strength could help. Not a bad idea, Rias said, contemplating his suggestion. If we can arrange a friendly competition, it might help ease tensions. I can help with that. Naruto exclaimed, excitement bubbling up again. I'm all for showing off my skills. Great. A training match it is then. Rias decided, her voice rising in enthusiasm. Let's plan for it tomorrow. Everyone needs to be on their A game. What about our training today? Issei asked, glancing around. Shouldn't we practice? Absolutely, Rias replied. We'll split into teams. Naruto, you'll pair up with me. Naruto felt a rush of adrenaline. Awesome. I won't let you down. As the meeting wrapped up, Naruto felt the energy shift in the room. Students began to chat and strategize, creating a lively atmosphere. Hey, Naruto. Issei called, walking alongside him. You've got to tell me more about being a ninja. I've heard stories, but I want the real deal. Sure. It's pretty intense, Naruto grinned. I've faced a lot of tough enemies, but it's always about pushing through and never giving up. Sounds like you and I have a lot in common, Issei laughed. I've had my fair share of fights, too. As they moved to the training grounds, Naruto noticed the camaraderie among the students. It felt good to be part of a team again, especially after everything he had been through in his world. They reached the training area, a vast expanse surrounded by tall trees and open sky. Rias clapped her hands, drawing everyone's attention. Alright, everyone. We're going to split into teams for today's training, she announced. Naruto and I will demonstrate some techniques first, and then you'll have a chance to practice. Naruto felt a rush of anticipation. What are we going to show them? Let's start with a simple demonstration of teamwork, Rias suggested. We'll show how we can combine our abilities. Sounds good. Naruto agreed, ready to impress. As they began their demonstration, Naruto watched Rias closely. Her movements were fluid and graceful, perfectly synchronized with his own. He felt an instant connection as they fought together, their energies blending in a way he had never experienced before. Now, let's show them a combo technique, Rias said, a determined glint in her eye. Right. I've got just the thing. Naruto exclaimed, focusing his chakra. Let's do this. He formed a few hand signs and summoned a small tornado of wind. Wind release, gale palm. Rias, anticipating his move, channeled her power into the wind. And I'll add a fire element. Fire release, Phoenix Fire Jutsu. The combination created a swirling vortex of flames and wind, dazzling the onlookers. The blast sent a wave of heat through the training grounds, causing cheers to erupt from the students. Whoa! That was amazing! Issei shouted, eyes wide with admiration. Just wait until you see what else we can do, Rias said, a playful smile on her lips. Once the demonstration concluded, the students eagerly lined up for their practice matches. Naruto felt the thrill of competition in the air, his competitive spirit ignited. Who's up for a friendly match? Issei challenged, stepping forward with confidence. I'll take anyone. Naruto raised his hand. I'll go. I'm ready. Alright, let's see what you've got, ninja. Issei grinned, excitement sparking in his eyes. As they faced off, the other students gathered around, eager to watch. Naruto felt a surge of adrenaline as he took his stance, preparing for the fight. Just remember. I'm not going easy on you. Issei warned, his tone playful but serious. Same here. Naruto shouted back, determined to give it his all. The match began, and Naruto quickly realized Issei's fighting style was unique. He charged forward, throwing punches and kicks with impressive speed. Naruto dodged and weaved, countering with his own techniques. Nice moves. Issei shouted, impressed. But can you handle this? He unleashed a barrage of energy blasts, each one aimed at Naruto. Reacting quickly, Naruto summoned a protective wall of wind to deflect the attacks. Not bad. But I can do better. Naruto retorted, his spirit unbroken. He charged forward, executing a series of rapid punches. The match continued, both fighters giving their all. The surrounding students cheered them on, creating a lively atmosphere. After several intense exchanges, they paused, both panting but exhilarated. Okay, you're stronger than I thought. Issei admitted, grinning widely. I'd love to train with you more. Same here. You're a tough opponent. Naruto replied, feeling the camaraderie growing between them. As the practice continued, Naruto faced other students, showcasing his ninja techniques and impressing them with his skills. He felt more and more at home in this new world. After hours of training, Rias gathered everyone together. Great job today, everyone. I'm proud of each of you. Tomorrow, we'll finalize our plans for the demonstration. Do you think we'll win over the other factions? Issei asked, his eyes gleaming with enthusiasm. If we keep training and work together, we have a strong chance, Rias assured them. But it'll take everyone's best effort. Naruto felt a surge of determination. I won't let you down. I'll train harder than ever. Rias smiled, warmth spreading through her gaze. I know you will, Naruto. You're proving to be a valuable ally already. As the students began to disperse, Naruto found himself walking alongside Rias. Thanks for believing in me, he said, feeling a sense of gratitude. Of course. You've already shown that you can handle yourself, Rias replied, her smile brightening. And I look forward to seeing what you can do in the future. Naruto's heart raced at her words. He was not only gaining allies but also a deeper connection with Rias. Hey, do you want to grab a bite to eat? I've heard the food here is amazing, Naruto suggested, feeling bold. Sounds great. I could use a break after all that training, Rias agreed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. As they walked together, Naruto felt a sense of belonging. This world, filled with new challenges and friendships, was beginning to feel like home. By the way, Rias started, her tone turning more serious, are you okay with everything that's happening? This world can be overwhelming. I've faced a lot in my life. I think I can handle it, Naruto assured her, a confident smile on his face. And besides, I'm not alone anymore. I've got you and everyone else. Rias nodded, visibly relieved. I'm glad to hear that. We're all in this together. With each step they took, Naruto felt the bond between them grow stronger. He was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, especially with Rias by his side. Chapter 3, Training and Tensions. The sun rose over the Academy of Kuo, casting a golden hue across the grounds. Naruto woke up early, excitement coursing through him as he thought about the day ahead. Today was the day of the training match against the other factions, a chance to showcase his skills and prove himself in this new world. He quickly got dressed and made his way to the training grounds, ready to meet Rias and the others. As he walked, he couldn't shake off the thrill of anticipation. This was his opportunity to bond with his new allies and demonstrate his strength. The memory of Rias's smile from the previous day fueled his determination. When he arrived, the training grounds were already buzzing with activity. Students were warming up, practicing their techniques, and chatting excitedly. Rias stood at the center, discussing strategies with Issei and a few others. Hey, everyone! Naruto called out, waving as he approached. Good morning, Naruto. Rias replied, her smile brightening the atmosphere. Ready for the big day? Absolutely. I can't wait to show everyone what I can do. Naruto exclaimed, brimming with confidence. Just remember, it's not about showing off, Rias cautioned, her tone turning serious. We need to work together as a team to impress the other factions. Got it. Teamwork is key. Naruto nodded, focusing on her words. As the morning unfolded, Rias gathered everyone together. Alright, team. Today we'll split into pairs for training. I want each of you to focus on your strengths and work together. This is not just about individual skills, it's about how we function as a unit. Sounds good to me. Issei shouted, pumping his fist in the air. Let's show them what we've got. Remember, the demonstration is crucial, Rias reminded them. Let's aim to impress not just with power, but with our coordination. Don't worry, Rias. We'll nail it. Issei replied, brimming with enthusiasm. Alright, let's get started. Rias clapped her hands, her expression focused. Pair up. Naruto looked around, searching for a partner. Before he could choose, Rias approached him. Naruto, how about we train together first? Sure. I'd love that, he said, feeling a rush of excitement. They moved to an open space, ready to demonstrate their skills. Let's start with some basics. I'll show you a technique, and then you can try it, Rias said, preparing to display her powers. Sounds great. Naruto replied, eager to learn from her. Rias took a deep breath and began her demonstration. This is a basic fire spell, the Fireball Jutsu. Watch closely. With a flick of her wrist, a small fireball formed in her hand, swirling with energy before she launched it into the air, where it exploded into a dazzling array of sparks. Wow! That's amazing! Naruto exclaimed, his eyes wide with admiration. I want to try. Alright, give it a shot. Focus your chakra and visualize the fire, Rias instructed. Naruto concentrated, channeling his chakra as he remembered how to perform a similar technique. Here goes nothing, he shouted, forming a small sphere of wind in his hands. Wind release, gale sphere, he declared, releasing the energy into the air. The sphere shot up, but instead of exploding like Rias's, it spiraled out of control before dissipating into the sky. Rias stifled a laugh, trying to be supportive. That was a good attempt. You just need to focus on controlling it better. I'll get it next time. Naruto said, grinning at his own failure. Let me try again. As they continued practicing, Rias noticed how hard Naruto pushed himself, determined to improve. His spirit was infectious, lifting the mood of everyone around them. After a while, they paused to catch their breath. You're really talented, Naruto, Rias complimented, her tone sincere. Your potential is impressive. Thanks, Rias. It means a lot coming from you, he replied, feeling a warmth in his chest. But I still have a long way to go. We all do, she said thoughtfully. Even I have room for improvement. Let's keep working together. I believe we can grow stronger as a team. I won't let you down. Naruto vowed, determination shining in his eyes. Good. Now, let's switch it up, Rias suggested. How about we practice some defensive techniques? Alright. Show me what you've got. Naruto exclaimed. Rias demonstrated a defensive spell, creating a barrier that glimmered in the sunlight. This is the Shield of Flame. It can protect against both physical and magical attacks. Naruto watched intently, absorbing her every move. I want to learn how to do that. Let's work on it together. It's all about timing and control, Rias explained, guiding him through the steps. As they trained, Naruto's focus was unwavering. He admired Rias's dedication and expertise, but he was also determined to impress her. He practiced diligently, trying to replicate her technique. After several attempts, he managed to conjure a small, flickering shield. Look! I did it, he shouted, excitement bubbling over. Great job, Naruto. Rias cheered, her eyes sparkling with pride. You're getting the hang of it. Their training continued. And the atmosphere was filled with laughter and determination. As the sun climbed higher, the other students joined them, eager to pair up and train. Issei approached Naruto and Rias, a wide grin on his face. Hey, can I join in? I want to see how you two work together. Of course. Naruto replied, happy to include his new friend. We can show you our techniques. As they trained together, Naruto felt the camaraderie growing. He realized that this was more than just about fighting, it was about friendship and support. After an intense training session, Rias called everyone to gather again. Excellent work today, everyone. I'm proud of your progress. Thanks, Rias. That was awesome. Issei exclaimed, his energy infectious. I'm feeling pumped for the demonstration. Remember, it's not just about individual skills. We need to show how well we work as a team, Rias reminded them, her expression serious but encouraging. Teamwork is my specialty. Naruto declared, feeling the enthusiasm in the air. As they began to discuss their strategy for the upcoming demonstration, tensions began to rise among the students. Whispers of rival factions and potential conflicts filled the room. I heard the fallen angels are planning something big, one student said, concern etched on their face. Are we really ready for this? Another added, glancing nervously at Rias. Rias stood tall, addressing their fears. I understand your concerns, but we've trained hard for this. We must remain focused and united. If we work together, we can handle anything that comes our way. Naruto stepped forward, feeling the need to reassure his peers. Rias is right. We've got each other's backs. Together, we're stronger. The students began to murmur among themselves, gradually gaining confidence. Let's show them what we're made of. Issei shouted, his enthusiasm infectious. Yeah. We'll show those fallen angels, another student echoed, rallying the group. Rias smiled, seeing the determination in her team. That's the spirit. Tomorrow, we will demonstrate our skills and prove our strength. As the meeting wrapped up, Naruto felt a surge of excitement and camaraderie. He was beginning to feel at home in this new world, surrounded by allies who shared his passion for strength and friendship. Later that evening, as the sun set over the academy, Naruto found himself sitting outside, reflecting on the day. He was still buzzing with excitement, but he also felt a weight on his shoulders. Tomorrow would be crucial. Hey, Naruto. Rias's voice broke through his thoughts as she approached him. Hey, Rias. What's up? He replied, looking up to see her silhouette against the fading light. I just wanted to check on you, she said, taking a seat next to him. How are you feeling about tomorrow? I'm excited. But a little nervous too. What if I mess up? Naruto admitted, his gaze dropping to the ground. Everyone gets nervous before a big event, Rias reassured him. The important thing is to stay focused and trust your instincts. You've proven yourself already. Thanks, Rias. That really helps, Naruto replied, a smile creeping onto his face. Just remember, we're all in this together. No matter what happens, we'll face it as a team, Rias said softly, her expression sincere. Right. Teamwork, he agreed, feeling invigorated by her words. As they sat together in the fading light, a comfortable silence enveloped them. Naruto couldn't help but feel grateful for this opportunity and for Rias's support. You know, Rias started, her voice gentle, I'm really glad you're here. You've brought a new energy to our team. Really? That means a lot to me, Naruto replied, feeling a warmth spread through him. I've always wanted to be part of a team that cares about each other. Then you found it, Rias said, her smile brightening the moment. We're all looking out for one another. I won't let you down, Naruto vowed, determination shining in his eyes. I'll give it my all tomorrow. I believe in you, Naruto, Rias replied, her voice filled with encouragement. As they sat under the stars, Naruto felt a sense of belonging that he hadn't experienced in a long time. With Rias by his side, he was ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. Chapter 4, Allies and Rivalries. The sun rose brightly over the Academy of Kuo, signaling the start of an important day. Naruto felt the energy in the air as he prepared for the demonstration against rival factions. He had been training tirelessly, eager to showcase his skills and prove himself to Rias and the others. Today's the big day, he said to himself, grinning in the mirror as he tied his forehead protector. He took a deep breath, trying to calm his nerves. I can do this. As he stepped out of his room, he spotted Issei pacing outside. Hey, Issei. Ready for the big show? Naruto called out, trying to lighten the mood. Issei jumped, startled. What? Oh, it's just you. You scared me. He took a moment to compose himself. Of course, I'm ready. I've been thinking about this all night. Same here. Let's go show them what we've got. Naruto exclaimed, feeling the adrenaline building. Together, they made their way to the training grounds, where Rias had called everyone for a final briefing before the demonstration. As they arrived, they could see students gathering, some looking nervous while others were buzzing with excitement. Good, you made it. Rias greeted them, her expression confident and reassuring. I want to thank you all for your hard work. Today is our chance to prove ourselves. Let's show those factions who they're dealing with. Issei shouted, pumping his fist. Remember, it's not just about winning, Rias reminded them. It's about teamwork and how we present ourselves as a united front. We need to impress them. Naruto nodded, feeling a surge of determination. I'm ready to do whatever it takes. As they gathered in a circle, Rias outlined the plan. We'll split into 2 teams for the demonstration. I want everyone to focus on their strengths and how you can support your teammates. Naruto, I want you to work closely with Issei. Got it. Naruto responded, eager to make an impact. Rias continued, we'll show a mix of offensive and defensive techniques. Let's highlight our ability to work together, especially our unique skills. Let's do this. Issei shouted, getting everyone pumped up. As the students prepared for the demonstration, Naruto took a moment to gather his thoughts. He felt a mix of excitement and anxiety bubbling inside him. I've got to make this count, he murmured. Hey, you alright? Issei asked, noticing Naruto's contemplative expression. Yeah, just thinking, Naruto replied, forcing a smile. I want to make sure I don't mess this up. You won't. Just remember to trust yourself and have fun. Issei encouraged him. You've trained hard for this. Thanks, Issei. I'll keep that in mind, Naruto said, feeling a bit more at ease. As the students lined up, the atmosphere shifted. Naruto could see members of other factions arriving, their faces filled with curiosity and skepticism. Among them, he noticed a group of fallen angels, their expressions cold and calculating. Looks like we have some visitors, Issei commented, eyeing the newcomers. I hope they don't cause any trouble. Stay focused, Rias instructed, her voice steady. We'll handle whatever comes our way. Let's show them our best. As the demonstration began, Rias and the students showcased their skills, demonstrating teamwork and strategy. Naruto felt the energy build as he and Issei prepared for their turn. Let's show them what we can do. Issei said, adrenaline pumping through him. Right. Let's do it. Naruto replied, stepping forward. They launched into their routine, combining Naruto's swift movements and Issei's energy blasts. As they worked together, Naruto felt the synergy between them grow, their techniques blending seamlessly. Fire release, Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei shouted, launching a series of fireballs while Naruto complemented him with a gust of wind, enhancing the flames. The crowd watched in awe as the display unfolded. Naruto could feel the excitement building within him, he was in his element. Nice work, Naruto. Issei called out, grinning as they finished their combo. Thanks. You too. Naruto replied, feeling the exhilaration of the moment. As the demonstration continued, Naruto noticed some students from the rival factions exchanging glances. He sensed a tension in the air, a hint of rivalry that sparked his competitive spirit. Looks like they're not impressed, Issei said, frowning slightly. Don't worry about them. Let's keep pushing forward. Naruto replied, refusing to let negativity affect their performance. When it was time for the final demonstration, Rias stepped forward, commanding attention. Thank you all for your participation. Now, we want to showcase our unity and strength. With a determined look, she turned to Naruto and Issei. You two will lead the final demonstration. Understood. Naruto said, ready for the challenge. As they prepared, Rias laid out the plan. We're going to perform a team attack that showcases our combined abilities. Trust each other, and let's make it spectacular. Let's do this. Issei shouted, his excitement palpable. As they initiated the final attack, Naruto felt a rush of energy. He and Issei combined their techniques, creating a stunning display of power and unity that lit up the training grounds. Wind release, Gale Palm. Naruto shouted, sending a powerful gust of wind that lifted Issei into the air. Fire release, Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei called, launching a torrent of flames that merged with Naruto's wind, creating a fiery whirlwind. The resulting explosion illuminated the sky, and cheers erupted from the crowd. The students from rival factions watched, impressed despite their earlier skepticism. As they landed, breathless but exhilarated, Rias stepped forward, her eyes shining with pride. That was incredible. You two worked brilliantly together. Thanks, Rias. Naruto beamed, feeling a sense of accomplishment. Yeah. We really showed them. Issei added, grinning from ear to ear. But before they could celebrate, a voice cut through the excitement. Impressive, but can you handle the real challenge? A tall, imposing figure stepped forward, a fallen angel with an air of arrogance. Who are you? Rias demanded, her expression shifting to one of concern. I'm Astaroth, and I represent the fallen angels. You think you're ready for us? He taunted, a smirk playing on his lips. We're ready for anything. Naruto shouted, feeling the tension in the air. You won't intimidate us. Astaroth chuckled, clearly amused. You're all talk. Let's see if you can back it up in a real fight. Rias stepped forward, her demeanor serious. We don't want any trouble, Astaroth. We're here to prove ourselves, not to start a war. Prove yourselves? Astaroth echoed, crossing his arms. You think a little demonstration will impress us? I challenge you to a match. If you lose, you will acknowledge the superiority of the fallen angels. The atmosphere thickened with tension. What do you say? Astaroth pressed, eyes glinting with challenge. Naruto exchanged glances with Rias and Issei, his heart racing. We can't back down, he declared, determination fueling his voice. Alright, we accept your challenge, Rias said, her tone resolute. But we'll do this on our terms. A team battle, my team against yours. Astaroth laughed, a cruel smile on his face. Very well. Prepare to be humiliated. As he walked away, Naruto felt a mix of anger and excitement. We won't let him get away with this, he said, clenching his fists. Rias turned to the group, her expression serious. We need to prepare. This battle will be critical. Right. Let's train harder than ever. Issei shouted, rallying everyone. As they returned to training, Naruto felt the weight of the challenge ahead. He knew they had to work together and strengthen their bond to face the fallen angels. Over the next few hours, they trained relentlessly. Naruto pushed himself, determined to master every technique he could. Rias guided him, offering support and encouragement. Focus on your breathing, Naruto. You need to channel your energy effectively, she advised, watching him closely. I'll get it. I promise, he replied, determination etched on his face. As the sun began to set, the team gathered for a final discussion. Rias took the lead, addressing everyone. Tomorrow will be crucial. We need to stay united and trust each other. Yeah. We've got this. Naruto shouted, feeling the excitement building again. But remember, Rias added, her voice steady, the fallen angels are dangerous. Don't underestimate them. As they wrapped up for the night, Naruto felt a sense of camaraderie and purpose. He was ready to face the challenge ahead, and with Rias by his side, he felt unstoppable. Tomorrow, we show them what we're made of, Naruto said, determination fueling his words. Together. Issei added, raising his fist in the air. With that rallying cry echoing in his mind, Naruto felt ready to take on whatever lay ahead. This was just the beginning of their journey, and he was eager to prove himself in this new world. Chapter 5, The Challenge. As dawn broke over the academy of Kuo, Naruto stood outside, taking deep breaths of the crisp morning air. Today was the day they would face the fallen angels in a demonstration match, and the anticipation was almost palpable. His heart raced with excitement, but a hint of nervousness lingered in the back of his mind. "Hey, Naruto!" Issei called out as he approached, his usual exuberance evident. "Are you ready to show those fallen angels what we've got?" "Ready as I'll ever be," Naruto replied, forcing a grin despite the butterflies in his stomach. "I won't let you down, Issei." "You better not. I'm counting on you to back me up out there," Issei teased, nudging Naruto playfully. "I don't want to end up on the losing side again." "Don't worry. I've faced tougher challenges back home," Naruto reassured him, determination flooding his voice. As they walked toward the training grounds, they passed several students who were also preparing for the upcoming match. The tension in the air was thick, but Naruto could see determination on everyone's faces. Rias had been fostering a spirit of unity, and it was clear that everyone was ready to stand together. When they arrived at the training grounds, they found Rias already gathered with the other members of their team. Her presence commanded respect, and the students quickly fell silent. "Good morning, everyone," Rias greeted them, her voice steady and confident. "Today, we face the fallen angels in a demonstration of our strength. Remember, this isn't just about power, it's about showing our unity as a team. Let's show them what we can do." Issei shouted, raising his fist in the air, and a cheer erupted from the group. "Before we start, I want to remind you all of our strategy," Rias continued, her tone turning serious. "We've trained hard for this moment, and we need to stick to our plan. Trust each other and communicate during the battle." "Right. Teamwork is key," Naruto added, feeling a sense of pride in being part of this team. "Let's make sure we have each other's backs out there," Rias said, her gaze sweeping across the group. "Naruto, Issei, you'll lead the charge, but make sure to coordinate with everyone else." "Got it." Naruto nodded eagerly, feeling the weight of responsibility but also the thrill of action. With the team energized and ready, they made their way to the designated battlefield. The atmosphere shifted as they approached, and Naruto could feel the intensity building. He spotted the fallen angels gathered on the opposite side, their expressions cold and calculating. "Looks like they're all here," Issei whispered, eyeing the rival faction. "Do you think they're as strong as they look?" "We won't know until we face them," Naruto replied, trying to keep his voice steady. "But we've trained hard. We can handle whatever they throw at us." As they reached the center of the battlefield, Astaroth stepped forward, a confident smirk on his face. "So, the so-called champions of Kuo Academy have finally arrived," he taunted, his voice dripping with disdain. Rias stepped forward, unyielding. "We're here to demonstrate our strength and unity. We won't back down from your challenge." "Unity? Please," Astaroth scoffed. "You think your teamwork can outmatch the power of the fallen angels? This will be entertaining. Let's show him what we're made of," Naruto shouted, adrenaline pumping through him. Rias turned to her team, her expression fierce. "All right, everyone. Stay focused and remember your training. We can win this together." "Let's do it," the group echoed, their spirits lifting as they prepared for battle. As the signal to begin was given, Naruto charged forward alongside Issei, his heart racing with excitement. They aimed directly for Astaroth, who stood confidently in the front lines. "Time to show you what a ninja can do," Naruto yelled, channeling his chakra as he dashed forward. "Wind release, gale palm," he shouted, unleashing a powerful gust of wind toward Astaroth. "Foolish move," Astaroth replied, effortlessly deflecting the attack with a wave of his hand. "Is that all you've got?" "Not even close," Issei shouted, launching a volley of energy blasts toward Astaroth. The energy blasts erupted against the fallen angel's defenses, creating a bright flash of light. But Astaroth remained unfazed, smirking as he countered. "Nice try. But you'll need more than that to take me down," he taunted, retaliating with a blast of dark energy that shot toward Issei. Watch out! Naruto yelled, leaping in front of Issei just in time to deflect the attack with a burst of wind. Thanks, Naruto. Issei said, his voice filled with gratitude. Stay close. Naruto called, feeling a surge of camaraderie. We'll take him down together. As the battle raged on, Naruto and Issei worked in sync, their attacks flowing seamlessly. They combined their techniques, launching wind and fire at their opponents, creating a dazzling display of power. Meanwhile, Rias coordinated the others, directing them to focus on the other fallen angels. Everyone, we need to split up and tackle their forces. Stick together. Right. Naruto shouted, feeling invigorated by Rias's leadership. He turned back to Issei. Let's flank them. Let's do it. Issei agreed, charging alongside Naruto as they moved to engage the fallen angels. As they fought, Naruto couldn't help but notice the camaraderie among his team. They were all working together, supporting each other through the chaos of battle. Keep pushing forward. Rias encouraged, her voice cutting through the noise. We can't let them break our formation. As the battle continued, Astaroth became increasingly frustrated. You think you can win? You're nothing compared to our power. Not if we work together. Naruto retorted, feeling the adrenaline surge through him. Let's show them our strength. He focused his energy, ready to unleash a powerful technique. Wind release, great breakthrough, he shouted, summoning a massive gust of wind that swept through the battlefield, disorienting the fallen angels. Now, Issei. Naruto called, knowing they had to capitalize on the opening. Got it. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei shouted, launching a barrage of fiery projectiles that engulfed Astaroth. The explosion lit up the battlefield, and for a moment, everything seemed to freeze. As the dust settled, Astaroth stood amidst the flames, his expression one of shock. Impressive, he admitted, albeit begrudgingly. But you'll have to do better than that. As he launched himself at Naruto and Issei, Rias shouted, protect each other. We need to stand strong. Naruto and Issei instinctively moved to flank Rias, their backs against each other. We can't let him get through. Naruto exclaimed. Astaroth smirked, sensing their determination. You're brave, but foolish. Let's see how long you can withstand my true power. With that, he unleashed a wave of dark energy that swept across the battlefield, forcing Naruto and his allies to brace themselves. Everyone, focus. Rias commanded, her voice cutting through the chaos. We need to combine our strength. Naruto nodded, channeling his chakra. I'm ready. Let's do this. As the dark energy approached, Rias formed a protective barrier around her team. Stay close to me. I'll amplify your attacks. With Rias's barrier holding strong, Naruto felt a surge of energy. Let's show them what teamwork looks like. Phoenix Fire. Issei shouted, launching his flames into the barrier as Naruto combined his wind with it. The resulting explosion sent a shockwave through the battlefield, pushing back the dark energy and forcing Astaroth to stagger. This isn't over. Astaroth growled, but there was a hint of concern in his voice. With renewed determination, Naruto felt a rush of adrenaline. We can win this. Let's finish it. Together. Rias shouted, her voice filled with authority. They all charged forward, their combined energies forming a powerful attack. Here we go. Naruto yelled, his heart racing as they unleashed their final blow. The energy erupted from their hands, colliding with Astaroth's dark energy. The force of their combined attack sent shockwaves throughout the battlefield, and for a moment, it felt as if time stood still. The impact was immense, creating a blinding flash of light that engulfed everything. As the dust settled, they found themselves standing victorious, the fallen angels retreating in defeat. Did we win? Naruto panted, trying to catch his breath as he looked around. Rias smiled, her expression filled with pride. Yes, we did. You all did wonderfully. Issei cheered, pumping his fist in the air. We showed them. As the students celebrated their victory, Naruto felt a rush of accomplishment. He had faced a formidable challenge and emerged victorious alongside his new friends. The sense of camaraderie and teamwork filled him with joy. Thank you, everyone. I couldn't have done it without you. Naruto called out, feeling grateful for the support. As they celebrated, Rias approached him, a proud smile on her face. You were amazing out there, Naruto. You truly are a valuable member of our team. Thanks, Rias. It was a team effort, he replied, feeling a warmth in his chest at her praise. As the day came to a close, Naruto felt a newfound sense of belonging. He had faced challenges and made friends, and for the first time in a long while, he felt at home in this new world. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the academy, Naruto looked forward to the adventures yet to come, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead with his friends by his side. Chapter 6, Echoes of the Past. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the Academy of Kuo as the students celebrated their victory against the fallen angels. Laughter and cheers filled the air, but amidst the joy, Naruto felt a lingering sense of unease. He had faced powerful enemies before, but the challenges in this new world seemed different, more complex. Hey, Naruto. Come join us. Issei called, waving him over to a group gathered near the training grounds. Yeah, come on. We're celebrating, another student chimed in, grinning widely. Thanks, but I think I need a minute, Naruto replied, forcing a smile. He appreciated their enthusiasm, but he needed some time to process the events of the day. Alright, but don't take too long. Issei said, before diving back into the festivities. As Naruto stepped away from the crowd, he found a quiet spot under a large tree. He leaned against the trunk, taking deep breaths to calm his racing heart. The memory of the battle replayed in his mind, the power of the fallen angels, the teamwork with Rias and Issei, and the overwhelming energy of their combined attack. What's wrong? A voice interrupted his thoughts. Startled, Naruto turned to see Rias approaching, concern etched on her face. You look a bit distant. It's nothing, he lied, but Rias wasn't convinced. You can tell me, she urged gently, sitting beside him. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. We faced a tough challenge today. I guess I just can't shake the feeling that we're not out of danger yet, Naruto admitted, running a hand through his hair. What if they come back? What if we aren't strong enough next time? Rias considered his words, her expression thoughtful. I understand your concerns. The fallen angels are powerful, and they won't give up easily. But that's why we train, and that's why we have each other. I know, but I feel like I need to do more, Naruto said, frustration creeping into his voice. I want to be strong enough to protect everyone, not just survive. You're already doing more than you realize, Rias reassured him, placing a hand on his shoulder. You've inspired everyone with your determination. It's not just about strength, it's about heart. Naruto looked at her, appreciating her support. Thanks, Rias. It just feels like there's so much at stake. Sometimes the past can haunt us, Rias said softly, her gaze distant. But we can't let it control our future. We have to learn from it and move forward. What do you mean? Naruto asked, intrigued by her words. Rias sighed, taking a moment to gather her thoughts. I've faced my own battles, and they've shaped who I am. But I've also learned that dwelling on them won't help us grow. We must embrace our strengths and support each other. I get that, Naruto replied, feeling a sense of camaraderie. It's like how I learned to keep moving forward no matter what. Exactly, Rias said, smiling softly. You have a remarkable spirit, Naruto. It's what makes you stand out. As they talked, Naruto felt a bond forming with Rias. Her words resonated with him, reminding him of his own struggles and the importance of pushing through challenges. Thanks for being here, Rias, he said sincerely. It means a lot. Always, she replied, her expression warm. Now, let's join the others. They'll be celebrating for a while, and we should enjoy this moment. Okay. Naruto agreed, feeling revitalized. He stood up, ready to embrace the celebration. As they returned to the gathering, the energy was infectious. Students were laughing, sharing stories, and enjoying the moment of victory. Naruto found himself swept up in the excitement, letting go of his earlier worries. Hey, Naruto. Come on, show us some of those ninja moves. Issei challenged, his eyes gleaming with mischief. Yeah, let's see what you've got, another student chimed in. Alright. I'll show you some cool techniques. Naruto replied, stepping into the center of the circle that had formed around him. Just don't show off too much. Issei joked, grinning widely. Naruto grinned back, feeling the thrill of performing. He quickly went through a series of basic techniques, demonstrating his agility and skills. The crowd cheered and clapped, enjoying the show. Impressive, one student called out. I didn't know ninjas could do that. Naruto felt a rush of pride as he continued to entertain them. You haven't seen anything yet. Check this out. He performed a series of hand signs, focusing his chakra. Shadow Clone Jutsu, he shouted, and in an instant, multiple copies of himself appeared, filling the area. The crowd erupted in cheers and laughter, thoroughly impressed by the spectacle. Whoa! That's so cool! Issei shouted, eyes wide with excitement. You've got to teach me that. Sure. But it takes a lot of practice. Naruto replied, enjoying the moment. As the celebration continued, the atmosphere was filled with laughter and joy. But beneath the surface, Naruto could still sense the underlying tensions from the earlier battle. After some time, Rias gathered everyone's attention again. I'm glad we could celebrate our victory today, but let's not forget that we have more challenges ahead. We need to stay vigilant and prepare for whatever comes next. Agreed, Naruto said, feeling the seriousness of her words. We can't let our guard down. Exactly, Rias continued. We'll resume training tomorrow, and we'll strengthen our bonds as a team. That's our best chance at success. As the celebration began to wind down, Naruto found himself reflecting on everything that had happened. He had faced a powerful enemy, made new friends, and even built a connection with Rias. Yet, the uncertainty of the future lingered in his mind. Hey, Naruto. Issei's voice broke through his thoughts. You coming? We're going to grab something to eat. Sure. Let's go. Naruto replied, eager to join his friends. As they walked toward the cafeteria, the atmosphere was lively, filled with chatter and laughter. Naruto felt a sense of belonging that he hadn't experienced in a long time. Once they reached the cafeteria, Naruto was amazed by the variety of food available. Whoa! This looks awesome, he exclaimed, his eyes widening. Dig in. This place has the best food. Issei said, piling his plate high. As they sat down to eat, Naruto felt grateful for the moments of joy and friendship. Thanks for inviting me, guys. I'm really glad to be here. Of course. We're a team now. Issei replied, flashing a wide grin. As they enjoyed their meal, Naruto couldn't help but feel a sense of hope. Despite the challenges ahead, he had allies who believed in him, and together they would face whatever came their way. After the meal, they decided to take a stroll around the academy grounds, enjoying the warm evening breeze. As they walked, Naruto found himself walking beside Rias. Hey, Rias, he said, feeling a bit shy. What do you do for fun around here? Rias smiled thoughtfully. Well, aside from training, I enjoy spending time with friends and exploring new places. There's a lot to see and experience in this world. Maybe we can explore together sometime? Naruto suggested, his heart racing slightly at the thought. I'd like that, Rias replied, her expression warm. It's important to take breaks and enjoy life. As they continued their walk, Naruto felt more at ease, sharing stories and laughter with Rias and the others. The bond between them grew stronger with each passing moment. As night fell, the stars began to twinkle in the sky. Naruto looked up, captivated by the beauty of the night. It's so different here. I love it. It is beautiful, Rias agreed, gazing at the stars. And it reminds us that there's so much more out there, waiting to be discovered. As they continued to talk, Naruto couldn't help but feel a sense of destiny. This was more than just a new adventure, it was a chance to grow and learn alongside people who cared. Rias, do you ever think about what the future holds? He asked, feeling introspective. Sometimes, Rias admitted, turning to face him. But I believe in focusing on the present. We can shape our future through our actions today. I like that, Naruto said, feeling inspired. I'll keep pushing forward, no matter what. Rias smiled, her eyes sparkling. That's the spirit, Naruto. Together, we'll create a future worth fighting for. As they stood beneath the stars, Naruto felt a connection with Rias that went beyond friendship. It was a bond forged through shared experiences and determination. Thanks for everything, Rias, he said sincerely. I'm glad to have you by my side. Always, she replied, her voice soft and reassuring. We'll face whatever comes our way together. With renewed resolve, Naruto looked up at the stars, ready to embrace the challenges ahead. He had allies he could trust, a purpose to fight for, and a future filled with possibilities. End of Chapter 6. Chapter 7, Rising Tensions. The sun peeked through the windows of the Academy of Kuo, bathing the rooms in warm golden light. Naruto awoke with a sense of anticipation tinged with nervousness. Today was the day they would begin preparations for their upcoming matches against other factions, and the weight of the responsibility hung heavy on his shoulders. Alright, time to get moving, he muttered to himself, pumping his fist as he hopped out of bed. The excitement of training with his new friends drove him to prepare quickly. After a quick breakfast, Naruto made his way to the training grounds, where he found several students already engaged in drills. The air buzzed with energy, but an undercurrent of tension was palpable. The earlier victory over the fallen angels had brought confidence, but the looming threat of retaliation weighed heavily on everyone's minds. Hey, Naruto! Issei called out, waving as he approached. You ready to kick some butt today? Definitely. I can't wait to get back to training. Naruto replied, feeling the enthusiasm radiating from his friend. Good. We'll need to be in top shape for whatever those fallen angels throw at us next, Issei said, his tone turning serious for a moment. As they reached the training area, Rias gathered everyone around, her expression a mix of determination and concern. I want to thank you all for your hard work and dedication. However, we must remember that our last battle was only the beginning. The fallen angels won't just sit back and allow us to grow stronger. What do you think they'll do? A student asked, unease creeping into their voice. They'll likely try to undermine our efforts, either through sabotage or direct confrontation, Rias explained. We need to be prepared for anything. Bring it on! Naruto shouted, pumping his fist again. I'm ready for a challenge. Let's channel that energy into training, Rias said, her smile returning. We'll focus on developing our techniques and building teamwork. Right. Issei agreed, enthusiasm bubbling up again. Let's show them we're not afraid. First, I want to see how well we can adapt to each other's styles, Rias suggested. We'll break into pairs and focus on sparring. I'll pair up with someone to demonstrate. Can I pair up with you, Rias? Issei asked, a hopeful glint in his eyes. Actually, I think it's best if you pair with Naruto today, Rias said, her tone firm yet encouraging. You both have a lot to learn from each other. Naruto felt a rush of excitement at the idea. I'm up for it. Let's do this. As Rias paired everyone off, Naruto found himself facing Issei. The two stood at a distance, readying themselves for the match. Let's see what you've got, Naruto. Issei called out, determination in his eyes. All right. Just remember, no holding back. Naruto shouted back, feeling the thrill of competition surge through him. As they began, Naruto felt the familiar rush of adrenaline. He charged forward, launching a flurry of punches that Issei barely managed to dodge. Nice moves. But I've got some tricks too. Issei said, countering with a powerful energy blast that narrowly missed Naruto. Whoa! That was close. Naruto exclaimed, impressed. You've got some skills. Thanks. But you're not getting away that easily. Issei grinned, launching another attack. As they sparred, Naruto found himself enjoying the challenge. He focused on working in sync with Issei, weaving their techniques together to create a fluid rhythm. Keep your guard up. Issei shouted, attempting to catch him off guard. Naruto quickly dodged, countering with a well-placed kick. I won't go down that easily. They continued to exchange blows, pushing each other to their limits. The sounds of their training echoed around the grounds as other students watched, cheering them on. Keep it up, you two. You're doing great. Rias called, her voice filled with encouragement. As the sparring session continued, Naruto felt the energy in the air shift. There was a growing tension among the students as whispers of potential threats circulated. He glanced around, noticing a group of students from another faction watching intently. Who are they? Issei asked, catching Naruto's gaze. I think they're from a rival faction, Naruto replied, narrowing his eyes. I don't like the looks of it. Rias noticed the student's presence and stepped forward, her expression determined. Everyone, let's keep our focus on training. We're stronger together, and we won't let distractions deter us. But what if they're here to challenge us? A student asked, anxiety evident in their voice. If they want a fight, they'll have to go through me first, Rias declared, her confidence radiating. Naruto felt a surge of pride at her words. Yeah. If they want a challenge, we'll show them what we're made of. As the rival students approached, Rias stood her ground. What do you want? She asked, her voice steady. One of the students from the rival faction, a tall girl with short silver hair, stepped forward. We've come to see how strong you really are, she said, her tone challenging. We heard about your victory against the fallen angels, but I doubt it means anything. Is that a challenge? Rias asked, her expression unwavering. The silver-haired girl smirked. Maybe it is. I'd like to see how you handle a real fight. Bring it on. I'm not afraid. Issei shouted, stepping forward to defend Rias. Issei, stand down, Rias commanded, raising a hand to calm him. We won't be drawn into a fight without reason. Let's settle this another way. Oh? You think you can avoid a fight? The rival girl taunted. Crossing her arms. You're just afraid of losing. We don't need to prove ourselves to you, Rias replied coolly. We're focused on training, not brawling with every faction that shows up. Very well, but don't think this is over, the girl sneered before turning to her group. Let's go. As they walked away, tension hung in the air. What do you think they want? Issei asked, concern creeping into his voice. Hard to say, but we can't let them distract us, Rias said, her voice firm. Let's focus on our training. We need to be ready for anything. As they returned to their sparring, Naruto felt a renewed determination. The rivalry was heating up, and he was more motivated than ever to prove himself alongside his team. Let's take our training up a notch. Naruto shouted, charging at Issei again. Bring it on. Issei replied, launching himself forward as they resumed their sparring. As they continued to train, Naruto found himself reflecting on the challenges ahead. The stakes were higher than ever, and he needed to stay focused if he wanted to protect his new friends. After a grueling session, Rias called everyone to gather once more. Great work today, everyone. We need to continue pushing ourselves to improve. Naruto caught his breath, wiping sweat from his brow. We're ready for anything, Rias. Agreed. But remember, we need to stay united, Rias emphasized. Our strength lies in our teamwork. As the students began to disperse, Naruto found himself walking alongside Rias once more. Thanks for standing your ground today, he said, feeling grateful. It's what leaders do, Rias replied, a soft smile on her lips. But I appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. Anytime. I've got your back. Naruto exclaimed, feeling a sense of pride. As they walked, the sun began to set, casting a warm glow across the academy. The atmosphere felt charged with potential, and Naruto was filled with a sense of purpose. Hey, Rias, he said, feeling bold. What do you think will happen next? With the rival factions and everything? I can't say for sure, she admitted, her tone thoughtful. But I believe in our team. We've trained hard, and we're ready to face whatever challenges come our way. I hope so. I really want to protect everyone, Naruto said, his voice sincere. And you will, Rias reassured him. We all will. Together. As they continued their conversation, Naruto felt a deeper connection forming with Rias. The bond they shared was growing stronger, and he realized that they were both committed to facing the future head-on. Thanks, Rias. For everything, he said earnestly. Always, Naruto. We're in this together, Rias replied, her smile brightening the evening. As night fell, the stars began to twinkle overhead, illuminating the path ahead. Naruto felt a sense of hope and determination, ready to face whatever lay ahead with his friends by his side. Chapter 8, Secrets and Shadows. The morning sun filtered through the trees, casting dappled shadows on the grounds of the Academy of Kuo. Naruto awoke with a sense of determination coursing through him. The tensions from the previous day still lingered, and he knew they needed to prepare for whatever the rival factions had in store. As he got dressed, his mind raced with thoughts of the upcoming challenges. Today would mark another crucial training session, and he was eager to show his teammates that he could keep up. After breakfast, Naruto made his way to the training grounds, where he found Rias already waiting for everyone. Her expression was focused, and he could sense the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. Good morning, Naruto, she greeted him with a warm smile, which made him feel a little more at ease. Morning, Rias. Ready to train? He replied enthusiastically. Absolutely. We need to stay sharp and be prepared for any confrontations, she said, glancing around as other students began to gather. Let's do it. Naruto exclaimed, feeling the energy build in the air. Once everyone arrived, Rias stood before the group, her voice steady. I want to thank you all for your commitment. We've faced some challenges, but we need to continue training to strengthen our unity. As they warmed up, Naruto felt the camaraderie among his teammates. They were all eager to support one another, and the excitement of training together fueled their spirits. Today, we'll focus on developing our individual skills while enhancing our teamwork, Rias announced. We need to know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Sounds good. Let's pair up. Issei suggested, his enthusiasm infectious. Naruto spotted Rias walking toward him and grinned. Looks like we're paired up again. Let's make the most of it, Rias said, her eyes sparkling with determination. As they moved to an open area, Rias began with a demonstration. I'll show you a technique that can be useful in battle. This is the Barrier of Flames. It's a defensive spell that can protect against incoming attacks. With a flick of her wrist, a shimmering barrier of flames surrounded them, flickering with vibrant energy. Now, let me show you how to create it. Naruto watched intently, absorbing her every movement. That looks amazing. I want to learn how to do that. Focus your chakra and visualize the barrier, Rias instructed, guiding him through the steps. Alright, let's give it a shot. Naruto replied, determined to master the technique. As he concentrated, he felt his chakra flowing through him. Barrier of Flames, he shouted, attempting to create the protective barrier. A small flicker of flames appeared, but it quickly fizzled out. Ah, man. I almost had it, he groaned, frustration creeping in. Don't be discouraged, Rias said encouragingly. It takes practice. Just remember to focus on the intent behind the technique. Right. I'll keep trying. Naruto vowed, determination returning. As they continued to practice, Rias guided him, offering constructive feedback and encouragement. He could feel the connection between them strengthening as they worked together. After several attempts, Naruto finally managed to create a small barrier that held for a few seconds. I did it! Look, he shouted, excitement lighting up his face. Great job, Naruto. You're getting the hang of it. Rias praised, her smile wide. With a renewed sense of accomplishment, Naruto turned to Issei, who was sparring with another student. Hey, Issei. Want to show me that energy blast technique? Sure. Just watch closely, Issei replied, demonstrating his technique. It's all about channeling your energy and focusing it into a powerful attack. As Issei launched an energy blast, Naruto felt the exhilaration of battle coursing through him. He was eager to learn and improve, ready to face any challenge that came their way. Now it's your turn. Show me what you can do. Issei encouraged, grinning widely. Alright. Here goes. Naruto shouted, channeling his chakra and forming his own energy blast. Shadow Clone Jutsu. To his surprise, multiple copies of himself appeared, each one ready to attack. Let's do this, guys. The clones launched their energy blasts simultaneously, filling the air with bright light. The combined force created a stunning display, and the crowd erupted in cheers. Nice work, Naruto. Rias called out, her pride evident. That was impressive. I couldn't have done it without my clones, he replied, feeling exhilarated. As the training session continued, Naruto noticed a group of students from the rival faction lingering at the edge of the training grounds, watching intently. Their expressions were unreadable, and he felt a shiver run down his spine. What are they doing here? Issei muttered, noticing them too. Rias's expression shifted, her demeanor serious. They're likely here to scout us. We can't let them distract us from our training. Right. Let's focus on what we need to do. Naruto declared, shaking off the unease. After the training session wrapped up, Rias gathered everyone together again. I'm proud of the progress we've made today. But we need to stay vigilant. The rival factions won't hesitate to exploit any weaknesses. Yeah. Let them come. We're ready for anything. Issei shouted, enthusiasm bubbling over. Stay sharp, everyone, Rias cautioned. We must prepare for the unexpected. Keep training and honing your skills. As the students began to disperse, Naruto felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. He knew the challenges ahead would require all their strength and unity. Later that evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Naruto found himself sitting under a tree, deep in thought. The earlier excitement from training had given way to a sense of foreboding. "Hey, Naruto." Issei's voice interrupted his thoughts as he approached. "You alright? You've been quiet." "Yeah, just thinking about everything," Naruto replied, looking up at the stars. "What if those factions try to ambush us?" Issei sat down next to him, his expression serious. "That's a real possibility. But we can't let fear hold us back. We need to be ready to stand together." "I know. It's just, I don't want to let everyone down," Naruto admitted, a hint of vulnerability creeping into his voice. "You won't. You've already proven yourself," Issei reassured him. "Rias believes in you, and so do I. We'll face whatever comes together." "Thanks, Issei. That really means a lot," Naruto said, feeling a sense of relief. As they sat in comfortable silence, Rias joined them, her presence bringing a sense of calm. "What are you two discussing?" she asked, a soft smile on her lips. "Just talking about the challenges ahead," Issei replied. Naruto was feeling a bit anxious. "It's natural to feel that way," Rias said, her tone understanding. "But remember, we're a team. We'll face whatever comes our way together." "Right. Together." Naruto echoed, feeling a renewed sense of determination. As the three of them sat beneath the stars, Naruto realized how much he had grown since arriving in this world. He had found friends who supported him, and he was ready to face the challenges that lay ahead. "Let's get some rest," Rias suggested, standing up. "Tomorrow will be another important day." "Yeah. We'll show them what we're made of," Issei declared, jumping to his feet. With their spirits lifted, Naruto felt a sense of hope. The bond they were forming would be their greatest strength, and he was eager to see what the future held. As they made their way back to the dormitories, Naruto couldn't shake the feeling that something was brewing beneath the surface. The rival factions were watching closely, and he sensed that tensions were rising. Later that night, as Naruto lay in bed, he stared up at the ceiling, thoughts racing through his mind. Would they be ready for whatever was coming? Could they face the challenges that lay ahead? With determination coursing through him, he made a promise to himself. He would fight for his friends, for Rias, and for their future. Whatever the rival factions had planned, he would be ready to confront it head-on. As he drifted off to sleep, a sense of resolve settled in his heart. Tomorrow would be a new day, filled with opportunities and challenges. And with his friends by his side, he felt ready to embrace whatever came next. Chapter 9, The Calm Before the Storm. The following morning dawned bright and clear over the Academy of Kuo, the sun casting a warm glow over the training grounds. Naruto awoke feeling refreshed and eager, ready to tackle the challenges that lay ahead. Today was the day they would finalize their strategies for the upcoming matches against the rival factions. After a quick breakfast, he made his way to the training grounds, the excitement bubbling within him. As he approached, he noticed Rias already engaged in conversation with some of the students. "Good morning, everyone," Naruto called out as he joined them. "Morning, Naruto," Issei replied, a wide grin on his face. "You ready for another intense day of training?" "Definitely. I'm pumped," Naruto exclaimed, feeling the energy in the air. As the group gathered, Rias took charge, her expression serious. "Alright, team. Today, we'll focus on finalizing our strategies for the upcoming matches. We need to ensure everyone knows their roles and how we'll work together. I'm ready to show those rival factions what we're made of," Issei shouted, his enthusiasm infectious. "Me too. We've trained hard, and I want to prove that we're a force to be reckoned with," Naruto added, his determination evident. Rias nodded, pleased with their responses. "Good. Let's start with a brief recap of our previous training sessions. I want each of you to share your strengths and how you plan to contribute during the matches. As each student spoke, Naruto listened intently, noting their abilities and how they could combine their strengths in battle. It was clear that everyone had been working hard, and the team spirit was strong. I can create powerful fire attacks, Issei said confidently. I'll focus on offensive maneuvers to keep our opponents on the defensive. I can use my magic to shield us from attacks, Rias added. I'll be focusing on providing support and protection for the team. I'm good at creating distractions, another student chimed in. I can draw the enemy's attention while the rest of you strike. As they continued, Naruto felt a sense of pride in being part of such a capable team. I can use my shadow clones to flank the enemy and create openings for our attacks, he declared. And I'm ready to charge in when needed. Rias smiled, clearly impressed with his enthusiasm. Excellent. Each of you has an important role to play. Let's make sure we coordinate our efforts and communicate effectively during the matches. After the discussion, Rias divided the team into pairs to practice their strategies. Naruto found himself partnered with Issei once again. Let's work on our combo attacks, Issei suggested, a determined look on his face. Absolutely. We can create some powerful combinations. Naruto agreed, feeling the excitement rise again. As they trained, they practiced blending their techniques. Naruto focused on using his shadow clones to create diversions while Issei unleashed his fire attacks. The combination of wind and fire created stunning visuals, drawing cheers from the other students. Nice work. We're getting better. Issei exclaimed, his energy contagious. Thanks. I can't wait to show this off in the match. Naruto replied, adrenaline pumping through him. As the training session continued, the atmosphere remained electric. But beneath the surface, Naruto could sense an undercurrent of tension. The rival factions were still looming in the background, and he couldn't shake the feeling that a confrontation was inevitable. After several hours of practice, Rias called everyone to gather again. Great job today, everyone. You've all made significant progress, she praised, her voice filled with warmth. But remember, we need to remain vigilant. The rival factions may be watching us closely. I can't wait to show them what we're made of. Issei shouted, his competitive spirit shining through. Let's not underestimate them, Rias cautioned, her expression turning serious. They'll be looking for any weaknesses to exploit. As they prepared to wrap up, a chilling voice interrupted from the edge of the training grounds. Impressive, but can you maintain that energy in an actual fight? Naruto turned to see the same silver-haired girl from the rival faction, flanked by her teammates. Her demeanor was confident, and there was a hint of arrogance in her tone. What do you want? Rias demanded, stepping forward protectively. We're here to see if you're really as strong as you claim to be, the girl replied, a smirk on her face. Perhaps a friendly match to see how you stack up? Rias narrowed her eyes, clearly unimpressed. We have no interest in playing games with you. Playing games, the girl echoed mockingly. This is more than just a game. This is about establishing dominance. Naruto felt a surge of defiance. We're not afraid of you. We've trained hard, and we're ready to show you what we can do. The silver-haired girl laughed lightly, dismissively. Brave words, but let's see if you can back them up. Rias stepped forward, her voice firm. If you want to challenge us, then let's set the terms. A friendly match, but no tricks. We'll prove our strength in a fair fight. Agreed, the girl said, her expression revealing a mix of surprise and intrigue. I look forward to seeing if you can live up to your reputation. As they exchanged glances, Naruto felt a surge of determination. We'll show you what we're made of. Rias turned to her team. Her expression resolute. Let's show them the strength of our unity. We'll face them together. As the rival faction retreated, the air was charged with tension. Naruto could feel the weight of the upcoming challenge pressing down on him. "Are you all ready?" Rias asked, her gaze sweeping over the group. "Ready," they all shouted in unison, determination shining in their eyes. As they began to prepare for the match, Naruto couldn't shake the feeling that the stakes were rising. They had to be ready for whatever the rival factions had planned, and he was determined to protect his friends. Later that evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Naruto found himself sitting outside, lost in thought. The anticipation of the upcoming match weighed heavily on his mind. "Hey, Naruto!" Issei called as he approached. "You okay? You've been quiet again." "Yeah, just thinking about tomorrow," Naruto admitted, glancing up at the stars. "What if we're not ready?" "Don't worry. We'll be fine," Issei replied, slapping Naruto on the back. "We've trained hard, and we're a team. Besides, you've got my back, right?" "Of course. I'm not going to let anything happen to my teammates," Naruto declared, feeling a rush of determination. "Exactly. We're going to show them what we're made of," Issei said, his enthusiasm infectious. As they talked, Rias joined them, her expression calm and reassuring. "What's on your mind, Naruto?" she asked gently. "Just thinking about the match tomorrow and wanting to make sure we're all ready," he replied, feeling the weight of responsibility. "You're not alone in this," Rias reassured him. "We're all in this together, and we'll face it as a team." "I know. It's just a lot to think about," Naruto admitted, feeling grateful for her support. "Focus on what you can control, your training and your teamwork. The rest will fall into place," Rias said, her voice steady. "Thanks, Rias. I'll keep that in mind," Naruto said, feeling a renewed sense of determination. As they sat under the stars, the bond between them felt stronger than ever. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their purpose. The next day dawned bright and clear, and the atmosphere at the academy was charged with anticipation. As students gathered for the match against the rival faction, the excitement was palpable. Naruto felt the adrenaline pumping through him as he joined Rias and Issei on the battlefield. The rival faction stood across from them, their expressions a mix of confidence and determination. "Are you ready?" Rias asked, her voice steady and confident. "Ready as I'll ever be," Naruto replied, adrenaline coursing through his veins. "Let's show them what we can do," Issei shouted, raising his fist. With their spirits high, they prepared to face the rival faction, ready to prove their strength and unity. As the match began, Naruto felt a sense of purpose and determination. They were a team, and together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 10, Clash of Factions. The sun hung high in the sky, illuminating the battlefield at the Academy of Kuo. Students from both factions had gathered, their excitement palpable as they prepared for the much-anticipated match. Naruto stood among his teammates, feeling the adrenaline surge through him. This was it, the moment to prove their strength. "Today is our chance to show what we're made of," Rias called out, her voice cutting through the murmurs of the crowd. "Remember our training and stay focused." "Right. We've got this," Issei shouted, pumping his fist in the air. Naruto felt a mix of nerves and excitement bubbling within him. "We can do this together," he exclaimed, glancing around at his friends. As they stood side by side, the opposing faction entered the arena, led by the silver-haired girl who had challenged them. She exuded confidence, her teammates following closely behind. The tension in the air thickened as both sides sized each other up. "Ready to see what you're really made of?" the silver-haired girl taunted, her smirk unyielding. Rias stepped forward, her expression serious. "We're ready. We won't back down." As the match began, both factions took their positions, preparing for the clash. Stay sharp. Rias warned her team, her eyes scanning the battlefield. Naruto felt his heart race as the signal to start echoed across the field. He charged forward alongside Issei, adrenaline pumping. Let's show them our teamwork. Right. I'll cover you. Issei shouted, launching a barrage of energy blasts toward the opposing faction. The rival students reacted quickly, dodging Issei's attacks while countering with their own spells. A wave of magical energy shot toward Naruto and Issei, forcing them to evade. Watch out! Naruto called, summoning his shadow clones. Let's split up and confuse them. The clones scattered, creating chaos as they engaged the rival faction. Naruto felt the thrill of battle as he dashed toward one of the students, launching a flurry of punches. Nice try, but you'll have to do better than that, the opponent replied, dodging Naruto's strikes with surprising agility. As they fought, Naruto could hear Rias coordinating the team, her voice firm and authoritative. Focus on your strengths. We need to keep their attention divided. Just then, Astaroth appeared on the battlefield, eyes gleaming with malice. Let's see how long you can keep this up, he shouted, unleashing a wave of dark energy that surged toward Rias and the others. Everyone, defend. Rias commanded, raising her hands to create a barrier. The energy crashed against the barrier, sending shockwaves through the ground. Naruto felt the impact, but Rias held strong, deflecting the attack. Keep pushing forward. We can't let them take control. Rias urged, her expression fierce. As Naruto regrouped with Issei, he felt a surge of determination. We can't let them get the upper hand. Let's hit them with everything we've got. Agreed. Let's combine our attacks. Issei replied, a grin spreading across his face. Together, they launched a coordinated assault, mixing Naruto's wind techniques with Issei's fire blasts. Wind release, gale palm. Naruto shouted, sending a gust of wind toward the enemy. Phoenix fire jutsu. Issei called, unleashing a torrent of flames that merged with Naruto's wind, creating a fiery cyclone. The combined attack erupted into the rival faction, forcing them to scatter. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Naruto felt a rush of pride. Nice job. We've got them on the ropes. Issei exclaimed, adrenaline pumping. But just as they thought they had the upper hand, the silver-haired girl reappeared, her expression fierce. You think you can defeat us that easily? Not a chance. She raised her hands, summoning a powerful spell. Look out! Rias shouted, her voice filled with urgency. The girl unleashed a wave of dark energy that surged toward Naruto and Issei. Reacting quickly, Naruto summoned more clones to intercept the attack. Everyone, focus. We need to protect each other. The clones formed a barrier, absorbing the impact of the spell. But the force of the attack pushed them back, and Naruto grunted as he struggled to hold his ground. Stay together. Rias shouted, moving to reinforce the barrier. As the dust settled, the tension on the battlefield grew. The rival faction was regrouping, and Astaroth stepped forward, a smug grin on his face. You're stronger than I expected, but this match is far from over. Rias straightened, her determination unwavering. We won't back down. We'll show you what we're capable of. As the battle continued, Naruto felt the energy shifting. He could sense the growing pressure as both factions prepared for their next moves. Let's step it up. Issei shouted, determination in his eyes. We've got to show them our true strength. Right. Naruto agreed, feeling the adrenaline surge again. Let's go all out. With a newfound focus, they launched themselves into battle, combining their techniques in creative ways. Naruto channeled his chakra, summoning his clones once more to flank the enemy. Shadow clone jutsu, he shouted, creating an army of duplicates that surged toward the opposing faction. Let's show them the power of teamwork. Issei called out, launching another volley of energy blasts. As the clash intensified, Naruto felt exhilaration coursing through him. They were working together, using their strengths to overcome the challenges ahead. But just as they began to gain momentum, Astaroth unleashed a massive wave of dark energy that surged toward them. Enough of this foolishness. You will all fall before us. Rias, we need to focus our energy. Naruto yelled, feeling the pressure mounting. Everyone, combine your strengths. Rias commanded, her voice cutting through the chaos. We need to counter his attack. As they gathered their energies, Naruto could feel the weight of their unity. Let's do this. For the team, he shouted, channeling his chakra into a protective barrier. The combined power of their techniques surged forward, meeting Astaroth's attack head-on. The clash of energies created a blinding explosion that lit up the battlefield. In the aftermath, the ground shook, and the air was filled with dust and debris. As the smoke cleared, Naruto looked around, breathless from the intensity of the fight. Did we do it? He asked, his heart racing. Rias stepped forward, her expression determined but concerned. We need to stay vigilant. They won't give up easily. Just then, the silver-haired girl reappeared, a fierce determination in her eyes. This isn't over. We're not finished yet, she shouted, rallying her team. As the rival faction regrouped, Naruto felt a renewed sense of purpose. We can't let them intimidate us. Let's show them our strength. Rias nodded, her expression fierce. We will fight for each other. Together. With that, they prepared for the next round of battle, ready to face whatever the rival faction had in store. Naruto felt the adrenaline coursing through him as they charged forward, united in their resolve. Let's finish this. Naruto shouted, determination flooding his voice. As they engaged the enemy once more, Naruto knew that they had the strength to overcome any obstacle. With his friends by his side, he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 11, Unraveling Secrets. The battlefield echoed with the sounds of combat, the air thick with tension and energy. Naruto stood shoulder to shoulder with Rias, Issei, and their allies, ready to face the rival faction head-on. The clash of powers had intensified, and Naruto could feel the adrenaline coursing through him as he prepared for what lay ahead. Let's show them our strength. Rias shouted, her voice commanding. We won't back down. Right. Issei replied, determination lighting his eyes. We've got this. As they charged forward, Naruto felt a rush of excitement. The recent skirmishes had only strengthened their resolve, and he was ready to prove himself once again. The silver-haired girl from the rival faction was glaring at them, her expression fierce. You think you can beat us? You're nothing but a bunch of wannabes. Naruto felt a surge of defiance. We'll show you who we are. As the battle resumed, the opposing faction launched a barrage of attacks. Naruto quickly summoned his shadow clones, creating a wall of clones to absorb the incoming projectiles. Get ready, Issei, he called out, positioning himself for an attack. We need to counter their moves. Let's do it. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei shouted, launching a volley of fireballs that streaked toward the rival faction. As the flames soared through the air, Naruto used his clones to create a powerful wind gust, amplifying the flames. Wind release, great breakthrough. The combined attack created a stunning display, forcing the opposing team to scatter and regroup. Nice work. We're really making an impact. Issei exclaimed, his excitement palpable. Don't get cocky. They'll come back stronger. Rias warned, her gaze sharp as she surveyed the battlefield. Just as Rias had predicted, the rival faction regrouped quickly. Astaroth, the imposing fallen angel, stepped forward, his eyes glinting with malice. You think you can outmatch us? Let's see how well you handle this. With a swift motion, he unleashed a wave of dark energy, a menacing aura that spread across the field. Dark energy wave. Everyone, get back! Rias shouted, her voice rising above the chaos. Naruto and Issei quickly fell back, but the energy wave swept across the battlefield, knocking them off their feet. The force of the attack was overwhelming, and Naruto felt a surge of fear. Stay together. Rias urged, raising her hands to create a protective barrier. The dark energy crashed against her barrier, and for a moment, it held firm. But the sheer force of Astaroth's attack began to push through. We can't hold this forever. Naruto shouted, straining against the pressure. Focus your energy into the barrier. Rias commanded, her expression fierce. We can't let it break. Feeling the weight of their situation, Naruto closed his eyes, channeling his chakra into the barrier. I won't let them win. I'll protect everyone. As he concentrated, he felt a rush of power surge through him, bolstered by his determination. The barrier flickered but held steady against the onslaught of dark energy. Keep pushing. We can do this. Issei shouted, joining in to channel his energy. With their combined efforts, the barrier began to strengthen, pushing back against Astaroth's attack. We can't let him overpower us. Rias urged, her voice filled with conviction. As the dark energy receded, Naruto felt a surge of relief. We did it. We pushed it back. But Astaroth was undeterred. You think this is over? Let's see how you handle this. He summoned a series of dark energy orbs, hurling them at Naruto and his teammates. Watch out! Rias called, her eyes wide. Here they come. Naruto shouted, summoning more clones to create a barrier once again. The orbs exploded upon impact, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. Naruto felt himself being pushed back but gritted his teeth and held his ground. Focus, Naruto. We can't let him break through. Rias encouraged, her voice steady. As they fought back against the barrage of attacks, Naruto's mind raced with thoughts of their previous encounters. He realized that they needed to change their strategy if they were going to win. Issei. Naruto shouted, determination flooding his voice. Let's combine our techniques again. We need to create a powerful counterattack. Got it. Let's show them what we can do. Issei replied, excitement igniting in his eyes. As they prepared to launch their combined attack, Rias looked on, her expression filled with pride. Remember to coordinate your energies. Trust each other. Naruto nodded, focusing his chakra. Alright, let's do this. Wind release, Gale Palm. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei called out, his energy merging with Naruto's. The combined attack surged forward, a torrent of wind and fire that engulfed Astaroth's dark energy. The explosive force lit up the battlefield, sending shockwaves through the air. As the dust settled, Astaroth stood at the center, his expression one of surprise and frustration. You, how dare you? We're not backing down. Rias declared, her voice strong. We will fight for our friends. As the fight continued, Naruto felt a newfound sense of determination. They had faced formidable challenges, and he was ready to confront whatever lay ahead. But just as they thought they were gaining the upper hand, a shadow loomed over them. A powerful figure emerged from the darkness, one that sent chills down Naruto's spine. Enough of this, a voice boomed, filled with authority. You think you can defy us? Naruto's heart raced as he recognized the figure. Who are you? He demanded, stepping forward despite the fear coursing through him. I am Leviathan, one of the leaders of the fallen angels, the imposing figure declared, a menacing grin on his face. You've put up quite a fight, but it's time to end this. Rias's expression shifted to one of concern. We won't back down. We will fight for our team. Brave words, but foolish," Leviathan retorted, his voice dripping with disdain. "You have no idea what you're up against." As the tension in the air escalated, Naruto felt the weight of the situation. The odds were stacking against them, and the arrival of Leviathan changed everything. "Prepare yourselves," Leviathan shouted, summoning dark energy around him. "This battle will determine your fate." As the battlefield filled with darkness, Naruto felt a surge of fear, but he refused to let it consume him. He turned to Rias and Issei, determination shining in his eyes. "We've come this far. We can't give up now. Right? Together!" Issei shouted, pumping his fist. Rias nodded, her expression fierce. "We'll face this challenge head-on." As they prepared for the impending confrontation, Naruto felt a mix of excitement and fear. They had trained hard, and now it was time to prove their strength. With a roar, Leviathan unleashed his dark energy, and the battlefield erupted into chaos. The clash of powers filled the air, and Naruto knew they were in for the fight of their lives. "Stay close. We'll face this together," Rias commanded, her voice resolute. As they charged forward, ready to confront Leviathan and the darkness that threatened to engulf them, Naruto felt a surge of determination. He would protect his friends and fight for their future, no matter the cost. End of Chapter 11. Chapter 12, The Battle Unleashed. The battlefield was engulfed in chaos as Leviathan unleashed a wave of dark energy, rippling through the air and threatening to consume everything in its path. Naruto felt a surge of adrenaline coursing through him, fueling his determination to protect his friends and their future. "Everyone, stay together," Rias commanded, her voice cutting through the din. "We have to counter his attack." As dark tendrils of energy surged toward them, Naruto summoned his shadow clones, their forms multiplying until they filled the air. "Let's create a barrier. We can't let his energy reach us." The clones moved into position, forming a protective wall as Rias gathered her own energy to reinforce their defenses. "Barrier of flames," she shouted, conjuring a wall of fire that flickered with intensity. The combined barrier held against Leviathan's attack, the dark energy colliding with their defenses in a spectacular explosion. The impact shook the ground beneath them, but Naruto and his allies stood firm, their resolve unwavering. "We can't let him get the upper hand," Issei shouted, launching a volley of energy blasts toward Leviathan. "Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Wind Release, Gale Palm," Naruto called out, channeling his chakra to amplify Issei's flames. The fiery projectiles surged toward Leviathan, creating a dazzling display of power. Leviathan smirked, effortlessly deflecting the incoming attacks with a flick of his wrist. "Is that all you've got? You'll need to do better than that." As he prepared to unleash another wave of dark energy, Rias stepped forward, her expression fierce. "We won't give up. We fight for each other. Together." Naruto echoed, feeling the unity of their team. With renewed determination, they charged forward, working in sync to launch a coordinated attack. "Let's combine our powers," Rias called out, her voice filled with authority. Naruto nodded, channeling his chakra alongside Issei and Rias. "Here we go. Wind and fire combined. Phoenix Fire Jutsu," Issei shouted, launching a torrent of flames. "Barrier of flames," Rias added, her magic enveloping the fire, creating a swirling inferno. "Let's go," Naruto shouted, sending his clones to reinforce the attack, creating a powerful surge of energy that surged toward Leviathan. The force of their combined attack slammed into Leviathan, momentarily catching him off guard. But he quickly recovered, a wicked grin spreading across his face. Impressive, but not enough. With a wave of his hand, he conjured dark energy that exploded outward, pushing back their attack. "You think you can defeat me? I'll show you true power." As the shockwave rippled through the battlefield, Naruto struggled to maintain his footing. We can't let him intimidate us. Stay focused. Rias stood firm, her expression resolute. We need to adapt. Everyone, focus on your strengths. As they regrouped, Naruto felt the pressure mounting. The battle was escalating, and they needed to find a way to counter Leviathan's overwhelming power. Let's split up and flank him. Issei suggested, his determination shining through. We need to create openings. Good idea. I'll take the left side. Naruto called, feeling the rush of excitement. Rias nodded, directing the others. I'll cover the center. Issei, you take the right. We need to keep him off balance. As they moved into position, Naruto felt a sense of camaraderie with his teammates. They were working together, supporting each other in the heat of battle. As they flanked Leviathan, the dark energy surged toward them once more. Naruto felt the intensity of the attack, but he refused to back down. I won't let you hurt my friends, he shouted, channeling his chakra. Shadow Clone Jutsu, he called, summoning his clones to intercept the dark energy. The clones rushed forward, absorbing the impact of Leviathan's attack. Now! Attack! Naruto shouted, charging forward alongside Issei. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei called out, launching his flames toward Leviathan. Wind Release, Great Breakthrough. Naruto shouted, amplifying Issei's fire, creating a blazing torrent of energy that surged toward their opponent. Leviathan countered, but the force of their combined attack caught him off guard. The flames engulfed him, creating a dazzling explosion. Now's our chance. Rias shouted, moving in to support Naruto and Issei. As the smoke cleared, they saw Leviathan staggering, clearly affected by their powerful strike. You'll pay for that, he growled, his eyes filled with fury. We're not done yet. Naruto shouted, feeling the adrenaline surge through him. Let's keep pushing. As they charged forward, Leviathan summoned a swirling vortex of dark energy around him. You think you can defeat me with mere tricks, he taunted. Naruto felt a rush of determination. We've trained for this. We can beat you together. Rias nodded, her expression fierce. Stay together. We can overcome this. As they closed in, Leviathan unleashed the dark vortex, sending waves of energy surging toward them. The attack was overwhelming, and Naruto could feel the pressure mounting. Focus. We can't let him push us back. Rias urged, her voice steady. Channel your energy into the barrier. As they created a defensive formation, Naruto felt the power of his teammates behind him. They were united in their determination to protect each other, and that strength filled him with confidence. Now! Rias commanded, the barrier shimmering with power as they pushed back against the vortex. With their combined efforts, the dark energy began to dissipate. We won't let you win. Issei shouted, his voice filled with determination. As they pushed forward, Naruto felt a surge of power within him. This ends now. Let's show him our true strength. With one final push, they launched their attack, a powerful combination of wind and fire that surged toward Leviathan. The explosion illuminated the battlefield, sending shockwaves through the air. As the dust settled, the opposing faction looked on in shock, clearly taken aback by the strength of Naruto and his teammates. Leviathan staggered, clearly affected by the force of their combined attack. You're stronger than I expected, he admitted, his expression shifting to one of concern. Not strong enough to defeat us. Naruto shouted, feeling a rush of triumph. As they regrouped, Rias looked at her team, pride evident in her eyes. We did it. We stood together and proved our strength. The cheers erupted around them as they celebrated their victory. Naruto felt a sense of accomplishment wash over him. They had faced a formidable opponent and emerged victorious, united in their determination. But just as they began to celebrate, a chilling silence fell over the battlefield. The remaining members of the rival faction exchanged glances, their expressions darkening. "What's happening?" Naruto asked, a sense of unease creeping in. "Something's not right," Rias said, her voice tense. "Stay alert." Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, cloaked in darkness. The energy radiating from them was unlike anything Naruto had ever felt before. "You may have won this battle, but the war is far from over," the figure declared, their voice echoing ominously. "Who are you?" Rias demanded, her tone steady despite the fear creeping in. "I am the one who watches over the fallen angels." "You've made a powerful enemy today," the figure said, their eyes gleaming with malice. As the air grew heavy with tension, Naruto felt a surge of defiance. "We won't back down. We'll fight for our friends and protect what we believe in." The cloaked figure laughed, a chilling sound that sent shivers down Naruto's spine. "Then prepare yourselves for the darkness that is yet to come." With that, the figure vanished into the shadows, leaving the battlefield in stunned silence. The atmosphere shifted dramatically, the joy of victory replaced with a sense of foreboding. "Everyone, stay together," Rias called, her voice commanding. "We need to regroup and prepare for whatever comes next." As the reality of their situation sank in, Naruto felt a mix of determination and concern. The fight was far from over, and he knew they would have to confront the challenges that lay ahead together. "Let's get back to the academy and come up with a plan," Rias said, her voice steady despite the uncertainty. As they made their way back, Naruto reflected on the events of the day. They had faced powerful enemies, but the battle was just the beginning. He was determined to protect his friends and fight for their future, no matter the cost. As they arrived at the academy, Naruto felt a surge of resolve. They were a team, and together, they would face whatever darkness awaited them. End of Chapter 12. Chapter 13, Shadows of Doubt. The atmosphere at the Academy of Kuo was heavy with tension as Naruto and his teammates returned from the battlefield. The thrill of victory from their match against the rival faction had quickly faded, replaced by the unsettling feeling of an impending storm. The ominous warning from the cloaked figure lingered in their minds, casting a shadow over their spirits. As they entered the academy, Rias turned to her team, her expression serious. "We need to discuss what just happened and how we can prepare for the threats that lie ahead." "Right. We can't let our guard down," Issei added, his voice steady despite the apprehension that hung in the air. The group made their way to one of the training rooms, where they could strategize without distractions. Once inside, Rias motioned for everyone to gather around. "First, I want to commend all of you on your performance today. We demonstrated our strength and teamwork, but we must also recognize the dangers that we now face." Naruto nodded, feeling a mix of pride and concern. "We fought hard, but that cloaked figure was intimidating." "What do you think they meant by, 'the war is far from over'?" "I believe they are connected to the fallen angels," Rias replied, her brow furrowing. "They likely have more resources and allies than we realize. We need to be prepared for their next move." "What should we do?" Naruto asked, determination filling his voice. "We can train harder. We can't let them get the upper hand." Rias smiled at his enthusiasm. "Yes, but we also need to strategize. We need to gather more information about our enemies. Knowledge is just as important as strength in this fight." "I can help with that." Issei chimed in, his eyes gleaming. "I've been hearing some rumors about the rival factions. I'll do some digging." "That would be helpful, Issei," Rias said, appreciating his initiative. "But we need to be careful. We don't want to alert them to our plans." "Got it." Stealth mode activated, Issei declared, pumping his fist. As they continued their discussion, Naruto felt a sense of urgency. They needed to act quickly if they were to stay one step ahead of their enemies. I want to train more. I need to be stronger for our next fight, he said, determination lacing his words. We all do, Rias agreed. Let's plan our training sessions carefully. We'll focus on honing our individual strengths while also developing our teamwork. Every bit of progress counts. After discussing their training plans, Rias turned to Naruto, her expression thoughtful. But we also need to ensure that you're not pushing yourself too hard. We can't afford to have anyone getting injured. I'll be careful. I promise. Naruto assured her, feeling the weight of her concern. As they wrapped up their meeting, the atmosphere began to shift again. Tension still lingering. Rias dismissed everyone, and Naruto found himself lingering behind, deep in thought. Hey, Naruto, Issei said, breaking the silence as he approached. You're still worried about that figure, aren't you? Yeah. I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched, Naruto admitted, glancing around the room. I want to protect everyone. Trust me, you're not alone in this. We're a team, and we'll face whatever comes our way together, Issei said, his voice filled with conviction. Thanks, Issei. I appreciate it, Naruto replied, feeling a sense of camaraderie. As they left the training room, Naruto spotted Rias speaking with some of the other students, her expression serious. He couldn't help but feel grateful for her leadership, she always seemed to know what to do. Let's get to training. Issei suggested, breaking Naruto out of his thoughts. Right. I'm ready. Naruto replied, feeling the excitement build once again. As they entered the training grounds, the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the area. The ambience was perfect for honing their skills, and Naruto felt the energy building within him. Alright, everyone. Let's start with some warm-ups before we dive into our techniques. Rias called out, her voice carrying authority. As they warmed up, Naruto found himself lost in thought again, contemplating the ominous words of the cloaked figure. What do they want from us, he wondered silently. What does "the war is far from over" really mean? As the training session began, they focused on their individual strengths, but the weight of uncertainty hung over Naruto's heart. He pushed himself, channeling his chakra into each technique, determined to grow stronger. Keep it up, Naruto. Rias encouraged as she observed his training. You're doing great. Thanks, Rias. I'm giving it my all. Naruto replied, feeling invigorated by her praise. As they transitioned into pair training, Naruto found himself working with Issei again. Let's see what we can come up with. Issei said, grinning. Sounds good. I'll cover you while you launch your fire blasts. Naruto suggested, feeling excited about their synergy. As they sparred, the combination of their techniques flowed seamlessly, and Naruto felt the thrill of battle coursing through him. They were improving, and it felt good to be part of a team that worked together. But as the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the ground, Naruto couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. He glanced around, searching for signs of danger, but saw nothing out of the ordinary. Everything okay? Issei asked, noticing Naruto's distraction. Yeah, just a feeling I can't shake, Naruto admitted, trying to push the unease aside. I feel like something's coming. We'll be ready for it. Issei reassured him. We're strong together. As they continued their training, the air filled with camaraderie and determination. Naruto focused on his movements, pushing his limits as he felt the support of his teammates behind him. After a long day of training, Rias gathered everyone once more. I'm proud of your efforts today. Let's continue to build on this foundation and prepare for the challenges ahead. As the students began to disperse, Naruto felt a renewed sense of purpose. He was part of something greater, a team that fought for each other and stood against the darkness. But as he turned to leave, a voice called out from behind. Naruto. Startled, he turned to see Rias approaching him, her expression serious. "Can we talk for a moment?" "Of course." "What's up?" Naruto asked, curiosity piquing. Rias glanced around to ensure no one else was nearby before leaning closer. "I wanted to discuss the warning from the cloaked figure. I think we need to be cautious." "Yeah, I was thinking the same thing," Naruto replied, feeling a sense of urgency. "What do you think they want from us?" "I'm not sure, but I suspect they may be gathering information on us," Rias said, her tone serious. "We can't let our guard down." "Agreed. We need to stay one step ahead," Naruto said, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. "I won't let anything happen to our team. Remember, we're in this together," Rias reminded him, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "We'll face whatever comes our way as a united front." Feeling the warmth of her support, Naruto nodded. Together. As they stood together beneath the twilight sky, a sense of determination filled Naruto's heart. They were ready to confront whatever shadows lurked on the horizon, united in their purpose. "Let's prepare for whatever lies ahead," Rias said, her voice steady. "We'll face it together." With a renewed sense of purpose, Naruto knew they would rise to the challenge, ready to protect their friends and fight against the darkness. End of Chapter 13. Chapter 14, The Gathering Storm. The sun rose over the Academy of Kuo, casting a golden glow across the training grounds. Naruto awoke feeling restless, anticipation thrumming through him as the day of the match against the rival faction approached. He could sense the tension in the air, a foreboding reminder of the ominous words spoken by Leviathan and the cloaked figure. "All right, time to get moving," Naruto muttered to himself, determination igniting within him as he quickly got dressed and prepared for the day ahead. After a quick breakfast, he joined his teammates outside, where Rias was already gathered with the others, her expression a mix of focus and resolve. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement and nerves as students prepared for their upcoming confrontation. "Good morning, everyone," Rias called, her voice ringing with authority. "Today is the day we prove our strength against the rival faction. We need to stay united and focus on our strategy. Let's show them what we're made of." Issei shouted, his energy infectious. "Yeah. We're ready for this," Naruto replied, feeling the adrenaline pumping through his veins. Rias began outlining their strategy for the match. "Remember, teamwork is crucial. We need to utilize our strengths and adapt to the flow of battle. I want everyone to stay alert and communicate effectively." As they gathered in a circle, Rias took the lead. "Naruto and Issei, I want you two to work closely together. Your combined attacks have been effective in practice, and I want you to use that to our advantage." "Got it," Naruto said, excitement bubbling within him. "We'll make it work." "Let's go over the plan one more time," Rias said, her voice steady. "We'll start with a coordinated attack to assess their defenses. Then we'll adapt based on how they respond." As they prepared to split into pairs for some last-minute practice, Naruto felt the weight of their situation pressing down on him. The rivalry with the opposing faction felt more personal now, and he was determined to protect his friends. "Are you ready, Naruto?" Issei asked, a competitive grin on his face. "More than ready," Naruto replied, feeling the thrill of anticipation. They began their practice, focusing on their individual techniques while also fine-tuning their ability to work together. As they trained, Naruto couldn't help but glance at the rival faction, who were gathered on the opposite side of the grounds, their expressions serious and confident. "Don't let them intimidate you," Issei said, noticing Naruto's distraction. "We've trained hard, and we know what we're capable of." "Right. We can't let them get into our heads," Naruto replied, shaking off his unease. As the time for the match drew closer, Rias gathered everyone once more. "Remember to stay focused and trust in each other. We've prepared for this, and together, we can overcome any challenge. With their spirits lifted, the team made their way to the arena, where the opposing faction awaited them. The tension was thick in the air, and Naruto could feel the adrenaline surging as they approached. The silver-haired girl from the rival faction stood at the front, her expression confident. Ready to face defeat, she taunted, crossing her arms. "We'll see about that." Issei shouted back, his competitive spirit ignited. As they took their positions on the battlefield, Rias stepped forward, her expression serious. "We won't back down. We fight for each other. And we will show our strength." With a nod from Rias, the signal was given to start the match. Naruto charged forward alongside Issei, determination surging through him. "Let's go." As they engaged the opposing faction, Naruto quickly summoned his shadow clones, launching a flurry of attacks. "Shadow clone jutsu," he shouted, his duplicates surging toward the enemy. "Phoenix fire jutsu." Issei called out, launching a series of fireballs that lit up the battlefield. The rival faction retaliated quickly, but Naruto and Issei's combined efforts created a stunning display of power. The energy crackled in the air as they pushed forward, their teamwork strong. "Keep it up. We can't let them get the upper hand." Rias shouted, her voice filled with authority. As they fought, Naruto felt the exhilaration of battle coursing through him. He was in his element, and with Rias and Issei by his side, he felt unstoppable. But just as they thought they had gained the upper hand, Astaroth appeared, a menacing grin on his face. "You think you can win this easily? Not a chance." With a wave of his hand, he unleashed a torrent of dark energy that surged toward Naruto and his teammates. "Dark energy wave. Watch out!" Rias shouted, raising a barrier to protect them. The dark energy collided with her shield, creating a massive explosion that shook the ground. "Everyone, defend!" Rias commanded, her voice strong. As the dust settled, Naruto could see Astaroth gathering more dark energy, preparing for another attack. "We need to counter," he shouted. "Let's combine our strengths." Issei called, determination shining in his eyes. Naruto nodded, channeling his chakra alongside Issei. "We'll show them what we can do." Wind release, gale palm. Phoenix fire jutsu. Issei shouted, launching their combined attack at Astaroth. The flames surged toward him, but Astaroth simply smirked, conjuring a dark barrier to deflect the attack. "You'll need to do better than that." Frustrated, Naruto pushed himself harder. "We can't let him get away with this." As they regrouped, Rias directed the team with precision. "We need to keep the pressure on. Let's not give them a moment to breathe." As they fought, Naruto felt the tension rising. The stakes were higher than ever, and he knew they had to stay united. Just then, the silver-haired girl reappeared, a fierce determination in her eyes. "You think you can defeat us? This is just the beginning. We'll show you our true strength." Naruto shouted back, adrenaline pumping. As the battle raged on, the rival faction began to fight back with greater intensity. Astaroth and the silver-haired girl worked together, their dark energy swirling around them like a storm. "Everyone, stay focused. We can't let them divide us," Rias urged, her voice cutting through the chaos. With their teamwork, Naruto and his allies pushed forward, refusing to back down. They were determined to protect each other, to stand united against the darkness that threatened them. But as the battle continued, Naruto felt a deepening sense of foreboding. The rival faction was relentless, and he could sense that they were hiding their true strength. As they fought on, Naruto caught a glimpse of Leviathan lurking at the edge of the battlefield, watching with a keen eye. The weight of the situation settled heavily on his shoulders. "Keep pushing. We can't let them get the upper hand," Issei shouted, his voice filled with determination. With a renewed sense of purpose, Naruto charged forward, ready to confront the challenges that lay ahead. They would face whatever darkness awaited them together, united in their resolve. Let's finish this. Rias shouted, rallying her team. As they prepared for one final push, Naruto felt a surge of energy within him. He was ready to fight for his friends, to protect what they had built together. As they surged forward, Naruto knew that they would not back down. Together, they would face the shadows and emerge victorious. End of Chapter 14. Chapter 15, The Turning Point. The battlefield erupted with chaos as Naruto and his teammates engaged the rival faction. The air crackled with energy, the tension palpable as both sides fought fiercely, determined to prove their strength. The sounds of clashing attacks and shouts filled the arena, creating an atmosphere charged with intensity. Keep pushing forward. We can't let them take control. Rias shouted, her voice commanding as she directed the team. Right. We won't back down. Issei replied, launching another volley of fireballs toward the rival faction. Naruto felt the adrenaline coursing through him as he moved alongside Issei. Let's keep up the pressure. We can't give them a moment to regroup. With renewed determination, Naruto summoned his shadow clones once more, spreading them out to flank the enemy. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Let's go. The clones surged forward, creating distractions while Naruto and Issei launched their combined attacks. Wind Release, Great Breakthrough. Naruto shouted, sending a powerful gust of wind toward the enemy. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei called out, igniting the flames as they collided with the gust, creating a blazing inferno that engulfed their opponents. The rival faction attempted to counter, but the force of their combined attack sent several members stumbling back. We're making progress. Naruto exclaimed, feeling a surge of pride. But just as they began to gain ground, Astaroth reappeared, his expression twisted with fury. You think you can win so easily? Let me show you the true power of the fallen angels. With a flick of his wrist, he summoned a massive wave of dark energy, the ground trembling beneath its weight. Dark Cataclysm. Everyone, brace yourselves. Rias shouted, her voice rising above the chaos. As the dark energy surged toward them, Naruto felt a wave of fear wash over him. We can't let him overwhelm us. We need to combine our powers, he shouted, rallying his teammates. Right. Let's do it. Issei replied, his determination unwavering. As they prepared to counter the incoming attack, Naruto felt a surge of energy within him. He reached deep, channeling his chakra into a protective barrier. Together. We can do this. Rias joined in, her magic blending with Naruto's. Barrier of Aegis, she shouted, creating a shimmering shield that expanded around them. The dark energy collided with their barrier, the force of the impact shaking the ground. Naruto felt the strain as they held their ground, but the barrier held strong. We can't give up. Naruto shouted, pushing himself harder. We're fighting for each other. Focus your energy. We'll break through. Rias commanded, her voice filled with determination. As the dark energy pressed against their barrier, Naruto and Rias combined their powers, pushing back against the onslaught. Now. Let's turn the tide. Rias urged, her eyes fierce. With a final push, their combined energy erupted outward, breaking through Astaroth's attack and sending a shockwave across the battlefield. The explosion illuminated the area, blinding everyone for a moment. As the dust settled, Astaroth staggered back, shock etched on his face. How is this possible? Together, we're unstoppable. Naruto shouted, feeling the thrill of victory surge through him. With the momentum shifting in their favor, Rias rallied the team. Now is our chance. Let's finish this. As they charged forward, Naruto felt a renewed sense of purpose. They were a team, and together, they could overcome any obstacle. The rival faction was reeling, and they had to capitalize on this opportunity. The silver-haired girl attempted to regroup her teammates, but Naruto and Issei were already closing in. "We won't let you get away," Naruto shouted, determination flooding his voice. "Phoenix Fire Jutsu," Issei called, launching a barrage of flames toward the enemy. Naruto followed suit, channeling his chakra. "Wind Release, Gale Palm." He directed the wind toward the flames, creating a spiraling inferno that surged toward the opposing faction. The combined attack engulfed the rivals, forcing them to scatter as the flames exploded around them. Cheers erupted from the crowd, the energy of the battle palpable. "Keep pushing. We can't let them regroup," Rias shouted, her voice cutting through the chaos. But just as they pressed forward, Astaroth regained his footing, his expression darkening. "You think this is over? I won't let you defeat us that easily." He summoned a massive amount of dark energy, forming a swirling vortex that threatened to engulf everything. "You will pay for your defiance. Everyone, stay close," Rias commanded, her expression fierce as she prepared to counter the attack. "We won't back down," Naruto shouted, determination shining in his eyes. "We'll show you our strength." As the vortex surged toward them, Rias raised her hands, channeling her magic. "Barrier of flames. We can hold this." The barrier flickered and expanded, but the force of Astaroth's attack was immense. Naruto felt the strain as they pushed against the vortex. "Focus. We can do this," Issei shouted, joining Rias in channeling their energies. As the vortex collided with their barrier, the ground shook beneath them. Naruto gritted his teeth, pushing himself harder, drawing from the strength of his teammates. "We can't give up," he urged, determination fueling him. "We fight for each other." With a final surge of energy, Rias, Naruto, and Issei pushed back against the vortex. Together, they shouted in unison, channeling their combined strength into one final attack. The clash of powers erupted, and the resulting explosion illuminated the battlefield, sending shockwaves through the air. As the dust settled, a moment of silence enveloped the arena. "Did we do it?" Naruto asked, breathless. As the dust cleared, they saw Astaroth struggling to regain his footing, a look of disbelief on his face. You can't be serious," he gasped, fury igniting in his eyes. "Together, we are strong," Rias shouted, her voice filled with triumph. As the crowd erupted into cheers, Naruto felt a rush of excitement. They had faced a formidable opponent and emerged victorious, their teamwork proving to be their greatest strength. But just as they began to celebrate, the shadows on the battlefield shifted once more. Leviathan stepped forward, his expression dark and menacing. "You may have won this battle, but the war is far from over. Who are you to threaten us?" Rias demanded, her voice steady despite the fear creeping in. "I am the harbinger of your downfall. You think you can defy the fallen angels? We will not rest until we reclaim our power," Leviathan declared, his eyes glinting with malice. As the reality of the situation sank in, Naruto felt a surge of determination. "We won't back down. We'll fight for what we believe in," he shouted, ready to confront whatever darkness awaited them. With the echoes of their victory still ringing in their ears, Naruto and his teammates stood firm, united against the shadows gathering on the horizon. They would face whatever challenges lay ahead, together. End of Chapter 15. Chapter 16, Dark Horizons. The cheers of victory began to fade, replaced by a tense silence as Leviathan's presence loomed over the battlefield. The air crackled with tension, and the atmosphere felt heavy with impending danger. Naruto's heart raced as he faced the formidable figure, knowing that this confrontation would test their strength and resolve. "You may have defeated Astaroth and the others today, but that means nothing in the grand scheme of things," Leviathan declared, his voice cold and unyielding. "You've merely delayed the inevitable. We won't let you take control." Rias shouted, her voice steady despite the fear creeping in. We fight for our friends, and we won't back down. Leviathan chuckled darkly, a sound that sent chills down Naruto's spine. How quaint. But you're far too naive if you think mere determination will save you. Naruto stepped forward, his fists clenched in defiance. We've trained hard, and we won't let you intimidate us. We're stronger together. Strength? You'll find out just how strong I am, Leviathan replied, summoning dark energy that swirled around him like a tempest. Prepare yourselves. As he unleashed a wave of darkness, Naruto felt a surge of fear but quickly pushed it aside. Everyone, stay together, he shouted, ready to confront the incoming attack. Barrier of flames. Rias called out, her magic forming a protective shield around them. The dark energy collided with the barrier, creating an explosive force that shook the ground. Keep pushing. We can't let him break through. Issei shouted, determination shining in his eyes. As the darkness pressed against their barrier, Naruto felt the strain. We need to counterattack, he urged, adrenaline pumping through him. Rias nodded, her expression fierce. Let's combine our powers. We'll show him our true strength. Right. Together. Naruto echoed, feeling a surge of confidence. As they gathered their energies, Naruto summoned his shadow clones, preparing for their combined attack. Shadow clone jutsu, he shouted, creating a small army of duplicates ready to fight. Phoenix fire jutsu. Issei added, launching a barrage of fireballs toward the barrier to amplify their combined attack. With Rias's magic reinforcing their efforts, the combined energy surged forward, clashing with Leviathan's dark power. Let's go! Naruto shouted, pushing with all his might. The explosion lit up the battlefield, and for a moment, the shadows seemed to recede. But as the smoke cleared, Leviathan stood unscathed, a malicious grin on his face. Impressive, but it will take more than that to defeat me. What? How is he still standing? Issei gasped, disbelief washing over him. Don't let fear cloud your judgment. Rias urged, her voice steady. We must keep fighting. Naruto felt a rush of determination as he charged forward, refusing to back down. I won't let you win, he shouted, launching another attack. Dark Vortex. Leviathan countered, summoning a swirling mass of dark energy that surged toward Naruto and his teammates. Everyone, move. Rias called, her voice rising above the chaos as they dodged the attack. We can't give him any openings. As they regrouped, Naruto felt the weight of the battle pressing down on him. The odds seemed insurmountable, but he refused to let despair take hold. We've trained for this. We can do it together, he shouted, rallying his teammates. Let's push forward. Issei replied, his enthusiasm returning. With their spirits lifted, they launched a coordinated attack once more, combining their strengths to push back against Leviathan's dark energy. Let's go! Naruto shouted, focusing his chakra into a powerful wave. Phoenix fire jutsu. Issei called, igniting the flames as they surged forward. Wind release, great breakthrough. Naruto added, amplifying their attack. The combined energy surged toward Leviathan, a blazing torrent of light and determination. But as it approached, Leviathan raised his hand, summoning a dark barrier to absorb the impact. Foolish children. You cannot hope to defeat me, he thundered, the darkness swirling around him. As the energy collided with the dark barrier, a massive explosion shook the battlefield, sending shockwaves through the air. Naruto felt the force of the blast but pushed forward, refusing to back down. Stay strong. We can't let him win. Rias shouted, her voice cutting through the chaos. But as the dust settled, Leviathan emerged from the shadows, his expression twisted with rage. You think you can stand against me? I will crush you. Just then, the silver-haired girl from the rival faction reappeared, her expression determined. Leviathan. Let us show them the true power of the fallen angels. What are you doing here? Leviathan snapped, irritation evident in his tone. We will join forces to crush them. Together, we can overwhelm them, she declared, rallying her teammates. As the rival faction regrouped, Naruto felt a sense of dread wash over him. We have to stay focused. We can't let them divide us, he shouted, rallying his team. With the combined forces of Leviathan and the rival faction, the situation became increasingly dire. They had to regroup and find a way to turn the tide of battle. Everyone, stay close. Rias commanded, her expression fierce. We need to remain united. As they prepared for the next onslaught, Naruto felt a surge of energy within him. He wouldn't let his friends down. They had trained hard, and he was ready to face whatever darkness lay ahead. Let's show them what we can do. Naruto shouted. Determination igniting in his eyes. As the battle raged on, the stakes were higher than ever. They had to confront the shadows that threatened to consume them, and together, they would fight for their future. End of Chapter 16. Chapter 17, The Edge of Darkness. The battlefield crackled with tension as Naruto, Rias, and Issei prepared to confront Leviathan and the rival faction. The echoes of their previous clashes reverberated in Naruto's mind, but he pushed aside any lingering doubts. They had fought hard to reach this point, and he wasn't about to back down now. Stay focused. We need to stay united. Rias shouted, her voice steady despite the looming threat. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation, and Naruto felt adrenaline surging through him. Right. We're stronger together. Issei declared, determination shining in his eyes. The opposing faction stood ready, their expressions fierce as they gathered their energies. Leviathan stepped forward, dark energy swirling around him like a storm. You've shown some skill, but it will amount to nothing against the true power of the fallen angels. Enough talk. Let's show him what we can do. Naruto shouted, his heart racing as he summoned his shadow clones once more. Shadow Clone Jutsu. As the clones surged forward, Naruto could feel the excitement building. He glanced at Rias, who nodded in encouragement. Let's combine our strengths. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei called, launching a torrent of flames toward the enemy. Wind Release, Great Breakthrough. Naruto shouted, amplifying Issei's flames as they surged toward the rival faction. The combined attack created a dazzling display of fire and wind, engulfing the rival faction. Cheers erupted from the crowd as they witnessed the powerful display. But as the flames subsided, Leviathan emerged unscathed, his expression twisted into a malevolent grin. Impressive, but not nearly enough. With a wave of his hand, he summoned a massive dark energy vortex, the ground trembling beneath its weight. Prepare to be obliterated. Everyone, brace yourselves. Rias shouted, raising her hands to create a barrier. As the vortex surged toward them, Naruto felt a surge of fear, but he quickly pushed it aside. We can't let him intimidate us. We've trained for this. With their energies combined, Rias created a shimmering barrier to absorb the impact. Hold the line, she commanded. The dark energy collided with the barrier, sending shockwaves rippling through the battlefield. Naruto felt the force push against him, but Rias held firm, channeling her magic into the shield. We can't let him break through. Issei shouted, his voice filled with determination. As the vortex pressed against their defenses, Naruto focused his chakra, willing the barrier to hold. We have to counterattack, he urged, adrenaline surging through him. Now! Rias commanded, her voice steady. We need to push back. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei shouted, launching a barrage of fireballs at the vortex. Wind Release, Gale Palm. Naruto added, directing a powerful gust of wind toward their combined attack. The flames and wind surged together, creating a fierce inferno that clashed with Leviathan's dark vortex. The explosion lit up the battlefield, sending shockwaves rippling through the arena. As the dust settled, Leviathan staggered but quickly regained his footing. "You think you can defeat me with mere tricks? You will learn the true meaning of despair." With a flick of his wrist, he unleashed a torrent of dark energy that surged toward them. Dark cataclysm. "Everyone, stay together," Rias shouted, raising the barrier once more. Naruto summoned his clones to bolster their defenses. "We can't let him overwhelm us," he shouted, determination flooding his voice. As the dark energy crashed against their barrier, Naruto felt the strain. "Hold strong. We can do this." But just as they began to regain their footing, the silver-haired girl from the rival faction stepped forward, her expression fierce. "You think you're so strong? You're nothing but insects beneath our feet. Stay focused," Rias commanded, her eyes narrowing as she prepared to counter the oncoming attack. As the rival faction launched their assault, Naruto felt a flicker of doubt creeping in. The situation was growing increasingly dire, and they needed to stay vigilant. "Let's show them what we're made of," Issei shouted, rallying the team. With renewed determination, they pushed forward, launching their strongest attacks at the rival faction. "Together!" Naruto shouted, feeling the adrenaline coursing through him. But as they fought, the shadows seemed to deepen around them, the darkness pressing in from all sides. Leviathan and the silver-haired girl exchanged knowing glances, their confidence radiating. "This is just the beginning," Leviathan taunted, summoning more dark energy. "You will fall before us." Naruto felt the pressure mounting as he faced off against Astaroth and the silver-haired girl. "We can't let them divide us." "Stay focused," he shouted, rallying his teammates. As the battle intensified, Rias directed the team with precision. "Everyone, focus on your strengths. We need to adapt." With their spirits lifted, Naruto and his allies charged forward, determined to confront the darkness threatening to engulf them. "Let's finish this," Rias shouted, her voice ringing with authority. As they surged forward, Naruto felt a surge of energy within him. He wouldn't let despair take hold, he would fight for his friends and protect what they had built together. But as the shadows closed in, Naruto sensed that the battle was taking a toll on everyone. Fatigue began to set in, and he could see the strain on his teammates' faces. "Stay strong, everyone. We can't give up," he shouted, rallying his spirits. "We've trained for this, and we'll face it together." With a newfound resolve, Naruto pushed forward, ready to confront the challenges that lay ahead. Together, they would face the darkness and fight for their future. As the battle raged on, the stakes were higher than ever. They had to confront the shadows gathering on the horizon, and with every ounce of strength they possessed, they would fight to protect what they held dear. "Let's finish this," Naruto shouted, determination shining in his eyes as they charged into the fray. End of Chapter 17. Chapter 18, The Heart of Darkness. The battlefield was engulfed in chaos, the air thick with the clash of powers as Naruto and his teammates fought valiantly against Leviathan and the rival faction. The echoes of battle reverberated around them, a constant reminder of the stakes they faced. Each moment felt critical, and the tension in the air was palpable. "Stay strong, everyone. We can't let up," Rias shouted, her voice cutting through the din as she coordinated the team's efforts. "We've trained for this. Trust in each other." As they pushed forward, Naruto felt the adrenaline pumping through him, fueling his determination. "We won't back down," he shouted, summoning his shadow clones once more. "Let's show them what we're made of." Shadow Clone Jutsu. The clones surged forward, creating chaos as they engaged the rival faction. The strategy had worked before, and Naruto was ready to make the most of it again. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei called, launching a torrent of flames toward their opponents, the fire illuminating the battlefield. Wind Release, Great Breakthrough. Naruto shouted, amplifying Issei's flames with a powerful gust of wind. The combined attack surged forward, engulfing several of their enemies. But just as they thought they were gaining the upper hand, Leviathan summoned a swirling vortex of dark energy, his expression twisted with rage. You think you can defeat me with mere tricks? I will show you the true power of darkness. Brace yourselves. Rias shouted, raising her hands to form a protective barrier. We can't let him overwhelm us. The vortex surged toward them, the dark energy threatening to consume everything in its path. Naruto felt a wave of fear wash over him, but he quickly pushed it aside. We can do this, he shouted, rallying his teammates. As the dark energy collided with their barrier, the impact sent shockwaves rippling through the arena. Rias strained against the force, her expression fierce. Keep pushing. We won't let him break through. With a determined roar, Naruto pushed forward. We have to counterattack. We can't let him win. Now. Together. Issei shouted, launching his energy blasts toward Leviathan. As the attack surged forward, Leviathan's eyes narrowed, and he conjured even more dark energy to repel their efforts. You're wasting your energy. This is futile. But Naruto refused to give up. We won't stop. Not now, he yelled, drawing from the strength of his friends. With a surge of energy, Rias shouted, Barrier of Aegis, and created a shimmering shield around them. Let's show him our true strength. Naruto declared, summoning his clones to create a powerful wave of energy. Shadow Clone Jutsu. As the clones surged forward, they combined their strength with Rias and Issei's techniques, forming a massive wave of energy that surged toward Leviathan. Let's finish this. But just as they thought they had the upper hand, the silver-haired girl from the rival faction stepped forward, her expression fierce. You think you can win? You're nothing but insects beneath our feet. Naruto felt a surge of anger. We're not backing down. We'll fight for our friends, he shouted, channeling his energy into one final push. As they launched their combined attack, Leviathan raised his hand, summoning a wall of dark energy to counter their efforts. The two forces collided, creating a massive explosion that lit up the battlefield. The shockwave sent everyone reeling, but Naruto gritted his teeth, refusing to let it defeat him. We have to keep going, he urged, rallying his teammates. As the dust began to settle, the battlefield was eerily quiet. Naruto scanned the area, searching for signs of his friends. Is everyone okay? He called out, concern flooding his voice. We're still standing. Issei replied, determination evident in his tone. But we need to regroup. Just then, Leviathan emerged from the smoke, his expression twisted with fury. You think you can defeat me? You have no idea who you're dealing with. I won't let you hurt my friends. Naruto shouted, feeling the power of his determination surging within him. Leviathan's eyes narrowed as he summoned more dark energy, preparing for another attack. You'll regret underestimating me. As the darkness surged toward them, Naruto felt a flicker of doubt creep in. The fight was far from over, and the odds seemed stacked against them. But he shook off the fear, focusing on the bond he shared with his teammates. They had faced adversity before, and they would face it again. Stay strong. We can't let him break us. Rias commanded, her voice unwavering. As the dark energy surged toward them, Naruto felt a surge of resolve. We won't back down. We'll protect what's important to us. With a rallying cry, they charged forward, ready to confront the darkness threatening to engulf them. The battlefield erupted once more with energy, a clash of light and dark as they fought with everything they had. Let's finish this once and for all. Rias shouted, her voice filled with determination. As they engaged Leviathan and the rival faction, Naruto felt a surge of strength within him. They would face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their resolve. But as the battle raged on, the shadows began to thicken around them, and a chilling realization settled in. The fight was only just beginning, and the true test of their strength was yet to come. As the dust settled, Naruto's heart raced, his determination unwavering. Together, they would fight against the darkness, ready to face whatever awaited them on the horizon. End of Chapter 18. Chapter 19, The Breaking Point. The battlefield crackled with energy as Naruto, Rias, and Issei pressed forward against Leviathan and the rival faction. The weight of the impending clash hung heavy in the air, an overwhelming sense of urgency driving them to fight harder than ever before. Naruto could feel the adrenaline coursing through his veins as he focused on his friends. They had faced immense challenges together, and he knew that their bond was their greatest strength. "Let's do this!" Naruto shouted, summoning his shadow clones once more. Shadow Clone Jutsu. The clones surged forward, ready to engage the enemy as Naruto charged alongside them. "We won't back down," he declared, his resolve unwavering. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei called out, launching a barrage of flames toward Leviathan and his team. The fire lit up the arena, a brilliant display of power that surged through the air. Wind Release, Great Breakthrough. Naruto shouted, channeling his chakra to amplify Issei's flames. The combined attack raced toward their opponents, a fiery storm of energy. But just as they thought they had gained the upper hand, Leviathan raised his hands, dark energy swirling around him. "You think you can defeat me with that? I will show you the true nature of despair." With a flick of his wrist, Leviathan summoned a massive wave of dark energy, crashing toward them like a tidal wave. "Everyone, brace yourselves," Rias commanded, her voice steady as she formed a protective barrier. "We can't let him overwhelm us." The dark energy collided with their barrier, sending shockwaves through the ground. Naruto felt the force of the attack pushing against him, but Rias held strong, her determination unwavering. "Keep it steady," Rias shouted, channeling her magic into the shield. "We can't let him break through." Naruto pushed himself harder, drawing from the strength of his friends. "I won't let you hurt my team," he shouted, his voice filled with determination. As the dark energy pressed against their barrier, cracks began to form. "We need to counterattack," Naruto urged, adrenaline flooding his system. "Now, let's combine our strengths," Rias declared, her eyes fierce with resolve. "We can do this." As they gathered their energy, Naruto felt the power of his teammates surrounding him. Together, he shouted, ready to unleash their combined attack. Phoenix Fire Jutsu. Issei called, launching a torrent of flames toward Leviathan. Wind Release, Gale Palm. Naruto added, directing the flames with a powerful gust of wind. The combined attack surged toward Leviathan, a blazing inferno of fire and wind that illuminated the battlefield. But as it approached, Leviathan conjured another dark barrier, deflecting their attack with a flick of his wrist. "Foolish children," he sneered, his voice dripping with contempt. "You think you can defeat me? You're nothing." With a roar, he unleashed another wave of dark energy, the ground trembling beneath its force. Dark Cataclysm. "Watch out!" Rias shouted, her voice rising in urgency. The dark energy surged toward them, and Naruto felt fear gnawing at him, but he quickly shook it off. "We can't give up," he yelled, rallying his teammates. Barrier of Aegis. Rias cried, forming a protective shield as the dark energy collided with their defenses. The explosion was deafening, sending shockwaves rippling through the battlefield. Naruto gritted his teeth, feeling the strain as they held their ground. "Hold strong," Issei urged, his voice filled with determination. But just as they regained their footing, the silver-haired girl from the rival faction appeared, a triumphant smile on her face. You think you're strong? You're nothing compared to us. With a wave of her hand, she summoned a torrent of dark energy, launching it toward Naruto and his friends. Prepare to be crushed. Everyone, move. Rias shouted, directing the team to dodge the attack. As they scattered, Naruto felt a surge of desperation. We can't let them divide us. Stay focused, he shouted, rallying his teammates. Let's regroup. Issei called, determination shining in his eyes. We can't let them get the upper hand. As they reformed their defensive position, the weight of the battle began to take its toll. Fatigue started to set in, and Naruto could see the strain on his teammates' faces. We need to come up with a new plan, Rias said, her expression serious. If we keep attacking like this, we'll wear ourselves out. Naruto nodded, feeling the pressure mounting. We need to find a way to outsmart them. We can't just rely on brute strength. Just then, Leviathan stepped forward, his expression twisted with malice. You think you can outsmart me? You're simply delaying the inevitable. We'll see about that. Naruto shouted, feeling the fire of determination reignite within him. As the rival faction regrouped, Naruto felt the tension rising. They needed to find a way to turn the tide, to regain control of the battle. Rias, what's our next move? He asked, urgency creeping into his voice. We need to focus on disrupting their formation, she replied, her brow furrowed in thought. If we can create confusion, we might be able to exploit an opening. Let's do it. Naruto declared, feeling the adrenaline surge within him. We'll take them by surprise. With their strategy set, they charged forward once more, ready to confront the shadows that threatened to engulf them. As they engaged the enemy, Naruto felt a renewed sense of purpose. Let's show them what we're made of, he shouted, determination flooding his voice. As the battle raged on, the stakes grew higher, and the shadows deepened around them. But Naruto refused to let fear take hold. He would fight for his friends, protect what they had built together, and confront whatever darkness lay ahead. Together, they would face the gathering storm. End of Chapter 19. Chapter 20, A New Beginning. The celebration at the Academy of Kuo was in full swing, the air filled with laughter, cheers, and the echoes of their hard-fought victory. As Naruto looked around at his friends, a sense of fulfillment washed over him. They had faced incredible odds and emerged victorious, standing united against the darkness that had threatened them. Rias, radiant in the evening light, walked up to him, her eyes sparkling with happiness. We did it, Naruto. I couldn't have asked for a better team, she said, her voice warm and inviting. Naruto felt his heart swell with pride. We really showed them our strength. I'm glad we fought together, he replied, feeling a connection that had deepened through their battles. As the celebration continued, Rias glanced around, her expression shifting to one of seriousness. But there's something I need to talk to you about, Naruto. Sure. What's on your mind? He asked, curiosity piquing. She hesitated for a moment before speaking. After everything we've been through, I've realized how much you mean to me. You fought for us, for our team, and for what's right. I want you to know that I've always admired your spirit. Naruto felt his cheeks warm, his heart racing. Rias, I feel the same way. You've always been there for us, leading us with strength and courage. Before he could finish, Rias took a step closer, her eyes locking onto his. Naruto, I want to ask you something important. Will you be by my side, not just as a teammate but as my husband? Time seemed to stand still as Naruto processed her words. A mix of surprise and joy washed over him, and he felt his heart leap at the thought. Are you serious? You want to marry me? Yes, I do. I want to build a future with you, she said, her voice steady and sincere. Without thinking, Naruto took her hands in his, feeling the warmth radiate between them. I want that too, Rias. I'll be with you, no matter what. The warmth in Rias's eyes deepened, and a radiant smile spread across her face. Then let's make it official. We'll face whatever challenges come our way together, as husband and wife. As the celebration continued around them, Naruto felt a surge of happiness. They had faced the darkness together and emerged victorious, and now they would embark on a new journey side by side. The atmosphere shifted as Rias and Naruto made their way to the center of the celebration, where their friends gathered. Issei spotted them first, his eyes widening in realization. Did you just propose? Are you two really getting married? Yeah, we are. Naruto said, excitement bubbling within him. Congratulations. This calls for a huge celebration. Issei exclaimed, pumping his fists in the air. The rest of the team erupted into cheers, celebrating the momentous occasion. Rias beamed, her joy infectious as the atmosphere shifted from battle-worn to jubilant. As the night wore on, they gathered around a bonfire, sharing stories of their journey and reveling in their victory. Naruto felt a sense of belonging wash over him. Surrounded by friends who had become family. As the stars twinkled overhead, Rias leaned against Naruto, her head resting on his shoulder. I'm so glad we made it through everything together, she said softly. Me too. I wouldn't want to fight alongside anyone else, Naruto replied, wrapping an arm around her. Rias looked up at him, her expression tender. We have a bright future ahead, Naruto. Together, we can face anything. Absolutely. I promise to protect you and support you always, he vowed, feeling the weight of his words. As the celebration continued into the night, Naruto realized that this was just the beginning of their journey together. They had fought against the darkness, and now they would embrace the light of their new future. With Rias by his side, Naruto felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Together, they would conquer the world, united in their love and strength. As the bonfire crackled, illuminating their faces, Naruto couldn't help but smile. He had found his place, and it was right beside Rias, his partner and soon-to-be wife. End of chapter 20. The end to my story.